Hi there, my name is FixFox and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. We're having a real fun time today playing more of Terra Firma. We got started with it yesterday and I realized that, we were only a week into it, and so there's no need for us to do anything but just kind of start over from there. A couple of days is not going to hurt us. There's no perfect start in Heroes of Might and Magic, and we've really kind of tested up the limits of what we can expect from this map in the little early beginning, but it's going to be a lot of fun to just dive in and see where the road will take us. It's a medium-sized 4-player map, and it's got a lot of scenario and thematic elements that I truly enjoy. Scenario elements in the sense that it's not meant to be played where everybody is in equal standing and you can start as any one of the 4 factions. You are meant to be played as this one hero where you have to overcome yellow and orange, and then after you defeat those 2 minor bosses, then you have to go on to the red player and have to defeat them. So I'm excited to see how we're able to handle this challenge and just kind of go on from there. With that being said, let's dive in and take a quick look. We got standard game. We're here in medium-sized maps. And where are you, my friend? Where are you, my friend? There we are. Terra Firma. Expert difficulty, 4-player map. Wild magic has allowed the bridge to form between 2 lands. Your one hope is to capture the castle Black Fang. Very funny that Black Fang is actually one of the names of the castles that can occasionally spawn. And one of the castles that was right near us was called Black Fang. But this Black Fang is Black Dash Fang. Black space Fang. The other one was all one word, and so clearly I was very sad when I did not win the scenario despite my best efforts at taking the nearest Black Fang castle. We're going to be here as the wizards in the blue position. Let me just make sure I add this. I've started to decide that this is kind of nice for me to add my little name there just to have fun. If I could rename Dirtbag Necro player. Oh my gosh, I can change this up. Let's see. Smarmy Yellow Fool. Haha. And then how about orange is a color? Question mark? Because it's a color and a fruit. Anyway, okay. I did not know I could actually name here in FHeroes2 all the other players. I knew I could name myself, but now it makes me nice to know that I've got Dirtbag Red player, or Dirtbag Necro, Smarmy Yellow, and then orange is a color. And let's dive right in. Avatar Hero in the chat, greetings and salutations. Today I can join the fray. Very happy to have you here. Let me get you caught up. After many years of peace, you discover that your sworn enemy from across the sea has chosen to invade your homeland. By raising up the ocean floor to bridge the distance, you must not let them gain a foothold on this continent. In fact, your king has ordered you to establish a foothold on theirs. To make matters worse, 2 of your own towns have thrown in their lots with the enemy. It's not very good. That's not how we like it. We got Roman in the chat. Hello, Roman. Nice to have you there. Haha, now neat to troll the opponents. I'm going to troll my opponents every single time. That's going to be a new feature from here on out. With the fun names, absolutely. Arbiter Dan, nice to see you. Arbiter Dan, I promise you at some point I will get back to Heroes of Might and Magic 4. I guarantee you I will. Today is not the day, but someday I will come back, Arbiter Dan. And when I'm there, I hope that I can gain your audience and gain your favor for when the time comes. Folks, we start off with Kalindra. She is a level 3 wizard. Advanced Wisdom, the Ballistics, and the Estates. I really like this. And some of the other roles that we had, the hero had Expert Wisdom and then basic of 1 other skill. I kind of like that I get a little bit of diversification in my skill abilities. This feels pretty good to me. 0 attack, 2 defense, 2 spell power, 3 knowledge. We may not use Kalindra as our main hero. We may end up going for another hero. For now, it's going to be all about getting that gold. Here. And here, and then it looks like we got some wood. We got a halfling hole. The wood is going to be kind of useful because the rocks are going to require 5 wood. We just picked up exactly 5, so pretty soon we're going to be able to pick up rocks, and that's going to feel a-okay. We do have the choice between picking up Gwyneth the Knight for our next hero or Myra the Wizard. I think I'm going to go with the Knight just in case it turns into something really wonderful. Note that our castle does have the habitat, the pen, and the foundry. The foundry is not upgraded. We still have to get the Cliff Nest, Ivory Tower, and Cloud Castle. We have the well, orchard, library, moat, right turret, left turret, and a level 1 Mage Guild, Tavern, and Thieves Guild. Folks, this is a pretty okay town, but remember, anytime that our town is looking very nice, that just means that the enemies have something even nicer. So we shall have to continue on. We found a weakness, my lord. Capture Castle Black Flag, and victory is ours. This is one of those scenarios where you can either defeat all of your enemies, or you can go in and defeat this one castle. Either way, it's gonna be just fine for me. We're gonna be happy for it, folks. We just picked up, it looks like 36 halflings. We picked up 6 crystal, and we picked up about 8 ore. Lots of sprites. I don't love this fight, but I'm pretty sure that so long as they mostly leave the halflings alone, that I'm not gonna be in too big of a worry here. I'm just going to combine these forces here. I'm going to leave the Magi out by their lonesome, and I'm going to fight this fight. Do I want the experience? I don't think it's worth the potential losses on the halflings. Halflings are such a good unit. Oh, and excellent decision, because here we can see just the snaky bits of some hydras. Ranged damage against snaky 2-speed hydras. We got something really nice on the horizon, and I am thrilled for it. It's gonna be awesome. I'm happy for it. Arbiter Dan, no issues, man. You do you. I appreciate it. I've been playing some cool H4 maps. I can recommend some of them if you want. They're kind of long though. There's another map that I have kind of on the horizon that I do intend on playing. It's from Sandro the Peasant Killer. When I get back into Heroes 4, I don't know if it'll be best for me to go into a custom scenario like that, or if it'll be best for me to go into a like a back to the campaigns, because like the Galdoth Half Dead campaign, it's so good. Like, it's so good, but it'll be tough to figure out. I'm gonna have to maybe I'll run a poll and see what other people want to see what they prefer. So I'm always down for recommendations. If you're interested, you can always go to the Fix Fox Discord, and in that Discord I do have a request section, and it tends to work out pretty well for people if they want to make sure that I don't forget stuff. So folks, several hydras. Usually I would not fight this fight, but 56 halflings plus the mages. I think that we're going to shoot these enemies down before they even get a chance to come upon us. Here's one weird thing. We started off in the castle with Kalindra, but she did not pick up any of these spells, which is really weird. I don't like it, but we're still going to fight this fight and win anyway. You're telling me I'm going to lose the No, Nope, we're not going to lose the halflings. Oh no, this is one of those times where grouped formations may be the worst thing you can do. Whoops. Yeah, halflings here, mages here. Once again, the curse of closed formation has in fact gotten Fix Fox. We're gonna kill the closest stack of hydras, and then I don't see any good terrain I can really use. I might be able to like encourage the hydras to go in a place that's not going to help them. How about this? How about we kill one hydra, we stone skin there. Maybe these hydras are going to step up. They're not going to actually be able to attack me, but that took out one more hydra there. And let's just make sure that the halflings don't waste or lose any damage. Ouch. I would rather lose any amount of boars than any amount of these halflings. And then this hydra stepping back has actually done everything I need it to do. It cost us 2 boars, but that slowed down our enemies in a really nice way. From here on out, we shouldn't have any problems. I say that and then watch as we have several problems. These things do happen. We're doing anywhere between 42 to 54 damage. So I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna work on this big stack, and I'm gonna hope try and kill this closest stack. Not quite. Oh boy. Oh boy, margins for victory are very small. Let's stone skin the halflings just in case something horrible happens. I don't think it's gonna matter, but I'm gonna do a little bit of damage. I'm gonna take this retaliation. We're gonna knock off these guys and these guys. Boars are gonna take a hit, so it's gonna cost us another 2 boars. But from here on out, I think I just skip and just waste these guys. Boom. 4 boars, what a small price to pay. I am thrilled for that. Fix Fox Wife, geez, I've been waiting for you to start. Yeah, of course I share the library with some other nice folks, and there were some other folks that needed it, and I'm happy that they were able to use it. Folks, we've come upon this black pearl. It's an ancient artifact, but apparently rogues like ancient artifacts, and so they are rushing out of the brush to guard their stolen loot. I'm going to accept the 1 boar loss. That feels fine for me. +2 spell power and +2 knowledge. I am a-okay with that. Gwyneth the Knight, by the way, is not going to go in this direction. We have found that the enemies are a little too active on the map, and so we're going to just try and keep her alive a little bit. Just a bit. Gonna see what this gazebo brings for us, and we're gonna have to make a decision whether or not we use a might-based hero or if we use a wizard with magic in order to overwhelm our enemies. This artifact here with the Book of Summoning that doubles the effectiveness of your summoning spells, plus this black pearl, makes me feel like going into magic's not terrible. If we can get a level 2 mage guild, we're gonna have this library that'll help things go very nicely. Can we find sulfur? And can we find the gems necessary? Time will tell. I don't want to put Gwyneth in a rough position, but Gwyneth, all my hopes for success lie on your shoulders. We're going to pick up the cliff nest for the rocks. And we do see yellow. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. Well, it seems like a little bit more than I want to deal with at the moment. I believe that we've seen in previous playthroughs that this is 18 of the Orc Chieftains and like 45 Goblins, not to mention lots of Halflings. Let's just assume that that's about 45. And then lots of the boars, probably about 20 boars there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my heroes to pick up gold, 1,500 there. 1,000 experience here. Ooh, archery, tell you what. Gwyneth is looking like a really good option. Looks like a really good option. I would like to see them go and do wonderful things for me. We are going to eventually get the sulfur. We still need crystal. We are 2 days away from our main town there. I think we pick up the 1,000 experience. We pick up leadership. I think that leadership on a wizard instantly makes the wizard my primary hero. I wasn't sure if Kalindra, even being level 3, was going to stick, because there's sometimes you want to use the might-based hero in order to get some kind of late game advantage, early game advantage. I don't think that that's going to be the play here. I think that we're in a happy spot. I think that we are going to consider what's our best option here. Purchase everybody, of course. It's going to be lots of these nice troops, iron golems and such. And then after we purchase everybody, just hold on to your hats, babe. Hold on to your hats. Hide, the wife is here, Arbiter Dan says. Yeah, she's here, but I like her. So, yeah, I'm not trying to hide from her. I like her. Oh, but Galdoth is a nice story as well, Arbiter Dan. Yeah, I really do like the storytelling in Heroes 4. I've said it so many times, but I will never get tired of telling it, because every single time I see other people on Heroes Might and Magic websites and things like that discuss the games, I feel like Heroes 4 doesn't get the credit it deserves. Like every single time, without fail, it does not get the credit that it deserves. I'm going to opt to go into the captain's quarters for 500 gold, and then I'll spend the rest of my resources on everything else. Like that. We'll make that work. I don't think it gets the recognition it deserves. Really, it tried to do something new. It tried to do something different, and we should applaud that. But somehow it gets lost in the weeds a little bit, just how good Heroes 4 was, and that makes me sad pretty much every time. Gwyneth does abandon the cause. I don't think I can do anything to stop this. I think we're going to take a wallop of damage. 3-speed halflings, 2-speed archers. Yeah, it's over. These poor peasants are just fodder, and with no spells, we're just going to get a quick look at Myrini the wizard. Looks like she's level 1. We are going to run away, not give her the 500 extra experience for our winning battle, and we are in fact going to take her, because she is going to be pretty easy for me to take for an extra 5. What? Are you kidding me? 500 experience. Really? Oh, it's 30 boars. Oh, I'm insane. What am I doing? We just saw this. Why did I assume I could win this fight? Especially if there's this. Especially with my positioning. Wow, there is no redeeming qualities about this fight at all. Okay, that was such a brain fart. My goodness. Not the way we like to do it. I don't think that there's actually a path forward for me here. I really don't. Best thing I can maybe do is send the boars south so that their boars want to attack me rather than go in this direction. 20 points of damage on the magic arrow. It's not that great for me. We're going to kill, of course, as many halflings as we can. We're going to stone skin our halflings. I want to keep them alive. Yep, and I read the tea leaves there. How many boars can we kill? We can kill up to 8 per turn. We're going to get a couple of shots off on them. Let's hope we can do some damage. There's 5. That's not too bad. The stone skin is helping. I'm going to send the boars to try and kill these single stacks of halflings. Oh, can't even do that. One of the magi goes down. I feel obligated, actually, to take out the rest of these halflings, and then my halflings can do full damage to these boars here. Seems like it could be a waste. These steel golems are going to be down here in just a second. Another 2 to 8 boars. We kill 3. Yeah, it's just not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Big error, because especially when you had all the resupply back at home, just not the way you're supposed to do it. We're gonna wait on another stone skin or something else. Actually, no, I need to cast a stone skin now, because I think that this one's about to expire. Not quite. 2 to 7. Let's kill hopefully 2 of these steel golems. We've got 1. And then, yeah, the Magi actually need to attack here because they've got the higher attack skill. Higher attack skill against higher defense, you're going to do less reduced damage. And from here, it just feels pretty bad. We could maybe kill one of these steel golems. Might as well give it a try. Almost. But you know what? almost only counts for horse, shoes, and hand grenades. I don't know if anybody here has actually played horseshoes. Hopefully nobody here has played hand grenades, but in either instance, it's really not the best thing to do. Horseshoes or hand grenades, either way, not my favorite. I am going to attack here, so that way the boars have to choose. Do you want to cover up the Magi, or do you want to cover up the boars? Myrini does have one more magic arrow, by the way, but we're going to see how this works out. Okay, so now the 14 halflings are open for business. There's 2 HP here. I think that we're just going to Stone Skin. We're going to skip. We're going to get one more nice hit off here, and then we're about to run because the Magi are going to go down. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, that worked out great. Vammy the Vampire is in chat. Hello, Vammy. Nice to have you there. Hello, Fix. Finally got home after a long day, but now I got my pizza and my favorite Heroes of Might Magic streamer. I am grateful that you have 2 wonderful things for you. I hope that I am half as good as the pizza, though. Let's be real. A nice pizza can hit perfectly. I hope that I'm half as good as your pizza is. What kind of pizza? I want to know. Avatar Hero says, this stream was just perfect timing here. Just sat down on the couch with some eggs, shrimp, mayonnaise, and a bottle of, I don't know how you call that, but it sounds delicious, I'm sure. You know what? If I could have any superpower in the world, it would be that I would only call people on the phone. I would only text people or reach out to them when it was absolutely perfect, right? I would only start these streams, for example, right when you sit down to eat and you're like, oh man, I needed something to watch when I was going to eat anyway. That would be my superhero power I just might pick. Joel of Doom is back in the chat. Hello, Joel. Hello, Fix Fox. Hope you're doing great so far. Yep, I'm all for it. And Vammy, it's the salami, ham, bell pepper, and mushroom pizza. Nice. Very nice, folks. You're going to see me do something I haven't done in a while. I hope that I've demonstrated my desire to not abuse the autosave. And I hope that by using it this one time, just because I saw the fight and I got busy being silly, I hope that you'll forgive me for this one re-click, because it's going to save us a little bit of time. And I really like this start. I really do. I really enjoy the start so far. By the way, 7-2, here we go. And when everything is so close to the beginning, I just don't want to restart. I really don't. Oh, just had a homemade curry, Joel of Doom. How do we like our curry? I know that there's a lot of different ways you can do a curry. Tell you what, my favorite thing that I've learned is that there's such a thing as a curry swap. I know curry takes some time to make, and I've heard that there are people who will make a curry and then they will have their neighbor make one and their neighbor's neighbor and so on and so forth. And then you'll just share curries, and I take a curry, you take a curry, and we all get a little bit of a different kind of curry. What kind of curry would you make for a curry swap? That is the question for me. All right, we're going to refight this fight. Now it should be an overwhelming victory. 68 halflings, that's still way more than I want to lose, plus the Magi, but I do want to take out this enemy. It's going to be a glorious victory. That's going to be nice. But the rest of this, you know. Let's see. Kalindra, unfortunately, still doesn't have those spells. That's okay. We were always going to make sure that the halflings were fine there. And we're going to, once again, send the boars to the south, so that way their boars kind of try and tangle with me. That's not going to hurt my feelings too bad. Avatar Hero says, chat, what are you eating today and tonight? That is probably one of the more important questions anyone could ever ask. Like, hey, folks, like, what are we having for dinner? Like, I need to know. So, good stuff. Good stuff. I think it doesn't hurt my feelings to use these rocks like this. As long as I can protect the halflings, I'll be just peachy keen. So we'll do it just like this. Remember that the Magi are going to focus their efforts from here on out on the steel golems, and then halflings are going to do so much damage to these boars. We're killing 4 to 12. That time we killed 4. Man, every time you see me do the low end of damage, a little part of me dies, and that makes me so very sad. But I'm sure I did something to deserve it. These boars, they're just going to stay right here. There's nothing else I can do about it. Remember that we're going to fight here. And with 37 HP, I might as well work on these halflings. Yeah, might as well. 24 of the boars. We killed 8 that time. That was perfect. That's exactly what we want. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we just step right to here, I'm going to be happy. Making sure that these boars can't do anything. And they've decided they can't do anything. I've decided that they can't do anything. And I think I actually might want to pull these boars out of here. So far, they've done their job. At this point, I don't know. Yeah, let's just back off. The halflings are going to get another big salvo of damage off in just a moment or two. It'll be fine. My dear Fix Fox wife says, dude, curry swap is from Bluey. 100%. If you guys haven't seen the TV show Bluey, it's a national treasure. I'm American, and Bluey is from Australia, and it's still a national treasure for me. Like, in the same way that I fully recognize that the crocodile hunter was Australian and he's not my national treasure. Like, I get it, but still, when something is so good that it transcends, like, every which way of personage and people, and it unites all factions, that's when you know stuff is really, really good. And Bluey is one of those things for me, like the crocodile hunter was. 1 of the halflings, 9 of the boars, 3 of the rocks, 2 of the magi. This is pretty okay. 1200 experience. I don't think that there's any artifacts. There's not. But folks, the leadership, we got advanced leadership. We are awesome. And so even though we took some losses there, I do like this start still. We're going to keep this going. We're going to ignore this pack of orc chiefs. I don't care about the curse spell. Don't care about the obelisk so far. There's no purchases to make at the moment, unless we get enough sulfur. Tell you what, I mean, we're going to have enough sulfur for the magi. I don't know if it's better to have the magi or if it's better to have a level 2 mage guild. I really don't know the answer. Do not know the answer, but we're going to have to wait and find out. And I wish I had pizza, Joel of Doom says. Yeah, I wish you had pizza too. Next time I'll bring pizza for everybody. That's what I'll do. Oh, but folks, you know what I have done? So, I've mentioned before that when we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube that I was going to order headbands for everybody. Well, I have. I've ordered the headbands in. And when I say for everybody, I can't mean for everybody. First off, just the shipping alone would be absolutely insane. But here's what I've done. I've ordered the headbands in. It's going to be 5 headbands that I've ordered in. And if you have left a comment on a YouTube video, then I am going to then enter you into a drawing up to 5 times for each single comment on a YouTube video. So, for example, Zents from the FHeroes2 team, he's commented on so many of my videos for YouTube. He gets a grand total of 5 entries. And so there's literally hundreds of entries, and I'm going to roll the dice. I'm just going to have it be a random sort of a spinner, and 5 individuals I'm going to ship to you one of these very special Fix Fox headbands. The only thing I ask in return is that you take a picture of yourself wearing it. You can blur your face if you want to, but that's gonna be my hope, is that with these 5 that I'm able to send, that I can just share my appreciation for you, the nice people who have spent some wonderful time with me. It's the very least that I can do. So I'm looking so very, very forward to that. I recognize that we still need these spells in here. I could set off tomorrow with the level 2 mage guild. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna stay here overnight. I'm gonna set off with 6-speed boars being the fastest. We're gonna get the level 2 mage guild. And folks, I know that there's a town over here. I think we're gonna do a day 1 attack over yonder. It's maybe gonna end in disaster, but many things end in disaster. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be happy that we got the chance to enjoy them. I'm gonna pick up the ore first. That's gonna be 17 ore, even though it cost me 2 wood here for the sawmill. That way, if an enemy does come in this direction, they're just not gonna attack me and end my day. If they ended my day, I'd be very, very sad. Okay, no purchases to make. Everything's fine. We are going to go for the spells simply because we got this Black Pearl, the +2/+2, that's kind of a big deal. We're hoping for a lightning bolt. A lightning bolt and a blind would be sicky tight, and I do think it's going to be better than if we were to purchase the Magi. Okay, cold rain blind, perfect. That's not a problem. So we picked up all these spells, and folks, I think that we are ready to go on a grand adventure. Let's split up the boars just a tiny bit. Wish I had even a single rock to help me scale the walls. We're going to set off right now. Off we go. Ooh, and we may even stop at the Freeman's Foundry before we hit Mermac. We'll have to wait and see. I do see Lord Kilburn here. I'm gonna try and head home. I really don't want to lose this hero, and I don't want to get attacked. I'm hoping with peasants he's just a little too slow. And folks, we are on to day 1 of the new week. It is Week of the Condor. All dwellings increase in populations. Well done. Well done. Joel of Doom says, the hallway towards my flat always smells of curry. Does that count? I think it does. If it doesn't count, then it should. I mean, because you can, what is smell but particulate matter? That's all smell is. Smell is just like a particulate matter hanging in the air, and it hits your little nose, bud kind of receptors, and then you have a nice time just experiencing the smell. So I think it counts. I think it counts. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think it does. Indian food is my family's monthly dish each 5th. Oh, nice. That's wonderful. So good. Way to go, Avatar Hero. I'm all for that. And then my Fix Fox wife is attempting mini quiches, new recipes with tortillas, very high protein. Will report back. Good, good. You go, babe. Okay, I'm not guaranteed, I don't think, to have the movement points to get this Freeman's Foundry and get into this castle. It's day one, so I must go here. It's not that big of a deal for the upgrade. It's a good upgrade. We're gonna go to the Freeman's Foundry later, sure. But for now, we need to fight this fight and make sure that we don't short ourselves anything at all. Joel of Doom says, as an E enjoyed of snacks, America seems obsessed with anything that involves peanut butter. I'm from the UK. Yeah, peanut butter actually does make a big splash in our cuisine in general. Lots of things. Something about the Americanized palate, everything is so loaded with sugar. Like stuff that you would consider sickly sweet, Americans we just eat it. And I'm totally guilty of that. I'm 100% guilty of that. And I shouldn't be, but I am. Hopefully someday I will cease my tomfoolery and my shenanigans, but for now, I will continue to just eat the slop of, call it, oh, I don't know. What do we call it? Oh, you resisted the spell? I hope I do 60 points of damage. I did not. And that cost me 10, 16 plus halflings and a mage. Ugh, very sad. But I will eat the corn syrup, because it's cheap. It's not fair, it's not good, it's not healthy for me, and I don't want to subject my kids to it, but that is what it is. 43 halflings, one of the magi. Resisting that one spell was kind of a big deal. Wisdom, expert, and plus the one spell power there. And Smarmy Yellow Fool player has been vanquished. Ha 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 ha. Naming our enemies has officially come in clutch for us. The Smarmy Yellow Fool player has been vanquished, and I'm thrilled for it. Let's see, we've got the magic arrow. There's not a lot here, but we're gonna be able to kind of resupply a bit. I don't think that we actually saw, were there enemies ran away over here, which is good for us. We're gonna let them stay far, far away. And then we're gonna carry on just a moment. Folks, there was a new sound that I've never heard before. I don't know what that sound was. Jonathan89, or Joe Nathan 89 gave out one community sub gift 1 minute ago. Joe Nathan, thank you so much for that. That's the first time anyone's ever done that. I sincerely appreciate that. That's super cool. That's super cool. Thank you so very kindly. It's a pleasure having you here, and thanks for the support. Honestly, I do what I do because I really enjoy spending the time with all of you wonderful, fantastic people. So thank you so very much. It's very kind of you. Very kind. Okay. All right. But we've determined that there's nowhere else to go for purchases. What I am going to do is this, though. I'm going to save myself some gold here because the Freeman's Foundry is going to upgrade this for myself. It's going to save me 50 gold per unit. We're going to get the iron golems. And then when we set out tomorrow, we're just going to stop by the Freeman's Foundry and go from there. It's day one, so there's no purchases that we have to make. Orange, though, is looking a little bit scary. Ooh, they're looking just a tiny bit scary. So we're going to have to go and deal with them in just a moment. There's like a little bit of an area here that we might be able to go into. For now, I think I just want to make sure I can pick up whatever troops are over here and then carry on from there. Avatar says, quiches look delicious as an enjoyer of snacks. Yeah. Yeah, and Roman says, yeah, Bluey is perfect. The only show I really enjoy watching with the kids. Good, I'm glad I'm not the only parent who really enjoys watching some Bluey. Because kids' cartoons these days, I worry that sometimes it's a little bit of brain rot. There's some things that are really cool, and it's really nice to find the really cool shows instead of the ones that are kind of like meh. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one there. No purchases to make here. Hope that yellow or orange doesn't jump into me too bad. And then as American, I do not love peanut butter. My wife hates peanut butter. Oh, she hates peanut butter. With a passion, with the fire of a burning thousand suns, my wife dislikes peanut butter. And there's nothing I can do to save face because I will eat the peanut butter and then she will just look at me. She'll like walk through our home and she'll just say, you're eating peanut butter right now. I can smell it. And I'm like, you got me. So that's how bad it is in my household. Peanut butter and tuna, two things that I'm not allowed to have, but I really kind of enjoy. Very sad. Very sad. And Fix Fox Wife does say the Bluey's perfect for adults and kids. I often cry when watching it, totally. Absolutely. Roman says, as for food, I'll be eating Easter remainings from my mother and mother-in-law. Tasty and not healthy. Hopefully it's like ham or turkey or some wonderful kind of meat. Whatever you got going on there. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Easter dressings. I see a hero here. I think that they can probably reach. I don't want to purchase anything just for them to steal it from me. I think I would rather, it looks like there's a castle here, Brendamore. I kind of want to trade because I know what's in this castle and they're only up to this 3rd level units. Left turret, right turret, moat. Yeah, I think I abandon this and hopefully I steal this. That's my hope. So let's see what orange does. And hopefully that's a really big fighting force, not from 1 but 2 heroes. Yeah, Thundax with the horde of the halflings, I think that's a pretty big deal. So I think that gives me leeway to grab the fort for the +1 defense. The soldiers living in the fort teach you a few new defensive tricks. Wonderful. And then it looks like there's no defenders at the moment. That could always change. These things do change. And then do I need Myra to stay here? Yeah, I do want her to stay with these iron golems because I wanted her to pick up the Freeman's Foundry. She's gonna have to come back later. Maybe orange is just gonna upgrade this for me. For now, let's just stay put and hope for the best. Oh my goodness, you are so fast. Oh my goodness, you're so fast. Orange has at least 3 heroes. Geez, they've got, that's good. Folks, that's good. There's no giants here. There's giants here. That means that this is the castle to have. We have 6 gems. If we can just hold on to our 2 castles, we are going to be in a really good position here. I don't want to give over the spells for Pig's Eye. We're going to defend that tooth and nail, but we're going to have to see what we can do to get out of this fight. Wonderful. Wonderful. Vammy says, as one of your 2 Twitch moderators, I have an embarrassingly low amount of YouTube engagement. Vammy, no worries. I am so very grateful for all the help that you provide me here. Yeah, I couldn't do it without you, and I try and publicly thank you as often as I can, as often as I think about it. Sometimes I don't do as good of a job as I wish I did. So please forgive me for the times I don't give you your credit, but sincerely, I do appreciate all of your help, and it's a pleasure having you here every single time. Folks, we took out the gargoyles with the, what do you call it? With the cold ray. I think that we're gonna have rocks because they're slowed. I wanted them to go here and kill 2 stacks of creatures. It's much more likely I can kill 1 full stack of the halflings rather than kill the centaurs, just because 5 HP versus 3 HP. So we're gonna kill 1 full stack where we can, because if you kill 1 full stack, you might, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but you might be able to save yourself 1 extra round of turret shots. So it's going to be all the centaurs go down here, and lovely. 29 halflings, but here's our prize, folks. Giants in the cloud castle. There's none here. That means that there's probably 2, 3 up here. I don't know if this was a day 1 or a day 7 cloud castle, so I don't know if this is 1 or 3, but either way, we're going to have to just hope that we can defend. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to give over these really nice spells, and that does feel pretty bad. Is it worth it to me to just run Myra so that way I don't give over 500 extra experience? I don't think so. I mean, she's going to be able to cast some spells. We're going to keep the iron golems alive. We've already invested. Let's just stay put and hope for the best. Yeah, let's hope that we can do some damage. We're going to stay here because I think the Aerie can travel by road and still reach. Let's hope that they do not. And then let's consider, are there any things we need to purchase here, knowing that this is now our main castle? I don't think so. Tavern increases the morale during a siege. I'll spend the wood, I'll spend the gold, just in case something crazy happens there. And then actually there's an alchemist lab. I think if I send another hero out, if I have Kalindra take 2 steps out, send another hero, I think I'm gonna actually incur the wrath of Aerie. So I'm just gonna skip and see what happens. Okay. Let's use some spells. Let's make this fight go even better. After our hero says, ha ha ha. Absolutely. And Fixfox Wife says, you ate so much tuna when I was pregnant and it stunk. I'm so sorry. Peanut butter and tuna sandwich. Ugh. That's not what I meant at all. That's not what I meant. Peanut butter and tuna. That's disturbing. That's no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't want you to do that. Just for your sake, for your safety. That might just be radioactive. That might be straight out of the Fallout game. Absolutely disturbing. The ballistics is actually going to take down these walls fairly quickly. What? My cold ray has killed about half of these halflings. I don't know which is better to kill, boars or halflings. I guess I can do the most damage with the 3 HP halflings, especially considering how much HP they have and like how much damage they can put out. So we'll wait for now. Does anyone else in chat drink it? The Pask Must? I wish I knew what it was, but yeah, does anybody else drink that drink that Avatar Hero's enjoying? I had a girlfriend once who her whole thing, like her whole personality revolved around kombucha, which is like the somewhat fermented sort of drink. I don't even know what you ferment it with, but sort of fermented. And she loved it and she would swear by it. She really, truly would. I never really got into it, but it was one of the more unique drinking experiences that I've ever had. right? Because it was just so interesting as a flavor and so very different. So very different. And I don't mind different. Different's not too bad. Different's not too bad. Very interesting. Look at this. What a weird split. Why do you put the giants and the goblins together? Huh? I don't know what to do with that. Folks, I think that we're going to wait until day 7, and then we're going to purchase all the giants we can. Probably leaving behind the steel golems. And then we're going to set forth and we're going to try and recapture our place here. So for now, let me just make sure that I leave only boars here so I can go as fast as possible, just in case. We've picked up this alchemist lab. We'll pick up some crystals, some other stuff. We are missing mercury, but this is the mercury lab. Mercury, sulfur. We still have the wood. We still have the ore. What will orange do? Wow, they are so fast. Okay, well, this was a 2,500 gold investment to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, we picked up an obelisk. That's something. Vammy says, seems like the Paskamust is a specifically Swedish thing. I've never heard of it personally. You know, can I just say, I don't know. Can I just say how grateful I am? It feels like there's so many wonderful people from Sweden who I get to enjoy time with. Of course, all of the European folks. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm so grateful we get to spend the time. When I look at like the YouTube analytics, this might be interesting to you. Like 1% is from the Philippines, like 5% is from the Netherlands, 6% is from Norway. Long story short, it goes through. Vammy, of course, you're represented there. The UK is represented, France. And then Sweden is like 30% of my viewing audience. I don't know why me and Swedes get along so well, but I'm very happy for it. Very happy for it. Paskamust. Okay, I will try to do better with that. Haha, something like that. A little bit like root beer, but tastier. Okay, I like it. I like the idea of that. It's something like, again, kind of like a unique drinking experience. Because let's consider root beer as a pretty unique drinking experience. It's not something you constantly are searching out generally. It's very unique in the way that you get to enjoy that. And so I'm sure that this is also just, again, a very unique sort of drinking experience. With only 800 gold, folks, I don't know. Okay, here's my thought process. I think that we want to save these troops. I don't want to just leave them behind. If I had all the gold in the world, I would stay right here and I'd purchase all these troops. I don't feel comfortable trying to beat Thundax. I'm gonna have spells though. My Cold Ray is going to do 140 points of damage. I should be able to beat him. And then if I do, though, my hope is that I can roll into these other defenders. Because pretty soon I'm worried that they're going to get giants, and then that's going to be just a burden. Can he reach from here to here if he goes through the Crusaders? I don't know if he will go through the Crusaders. I'm going to go up. I'm going to grab the Alchemist Lab. And I'm going to actually put myself in the position where I can maybe attack Pig's Eye next turn. And then depending on where Thundax goes, I'll either come back or I'll go up. If he goes through these Crusaders and then he takes these forces, there's still going to be a little bit of a welcoming party here for him. But unfortunately, there's going to be, if and when he defeats it, then he's going to have some reinforcements that are going to feel pretty bad. Okay, there he goes. What are you here to do? I don't know what to say. We're going to have to take a look at that. And Joel of Doom says, if you ever want to visit the US, I definitely want to try a root beer. Oh, if you ever get to visit the US, I definitely want to try a root beer. And a ridiculous burger. Tell you what, there's a place in Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas being America's playground where there is gambling and all sorts of legalized stuff. And it is pretty wild how they've got this thing called the Heart Attack Grill, where if you are over 350 pounds, you eat for free. If that's not American, I don't know what is. And I'm embarrassed to even tell you about this because it is single-handedly perpetuating the fat American stereotype with good reason. Like, with good reason. It's ridiculous. And yeah, people ought to be a little bit more careful about what they eat and how they eat it. But I digress. When it comes down to it, a big, crazy, wild burger, yeah, I would love to make sure that you get the opportunity to examine that for yourself. Folks, Thundax the Barbarian has 4 attack, 7 defense, 5 spell power, 1 knowledge. I'm guessing that he's got an artifact for +4 spell power. He's got to. And if he's got the 1 lightning bolt or the 1 cold ray, Maybe with the magic arrow, he might be doing, call it, he's probably going to do about a total of 165 damage, 160 damage with a magic arrow and a lightning bolt, unless he does like a haste or something. These magi are, of course, my #1 priority. I'm immediately going to take a chunk out of them. 140 HP, that kills 4 of them. So he can probably do the same thing to any of my creatures, but he can only do it once. So that's pretty good. Let's see, the rocks are going to actually go, hold on, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the boars to right here. And so that way there's a little gap there, but I can still reach their magi next turn with my boars. There you go. Okay, there's your 1 cold ray. And then with the rocks about to come up, I'm gonna step here. Then my rocks are gonna go and step on their orc chiefs. Oh, never mind. And then we're just gonna, after I cold ray these orc chiefs next time, then we're gonna be just in a good position, and then we're gonna be able to play defense, because with your 4 attack, 7 defense, I don't actually want to attack this guy. I just want to spell cast him from afar to death. We're gonna kill 1 to 3 of the orc chiefs. We get 1, and they get 22 halflings in return. So our halflings are decimated, but I still think that the enemy is gonna come over to our side of the fence and try and deal with us in just a moment or two. I'm actually gonna wait. Watch this. So I'm gonna wait until their rocks already take their turn. I'm going to skip one more time. I think that their rocks are going to skip. They do. And then I'm going to cold ray. If I cold rayed first, then it's possible that the rocks would say 4 orcs. I'd rather just go out there and do damage. And then they would have gotten 1 additional little bit of a step on me. They would have rushed just a tiny bit closer. And now I think that I'm good to just basically defend. Don't want to cold ray these gentlemen because they're going to take reduced damage, half damage. Don't want to cold ray the boars because the boars are going to take 2 turns to get to me. So obviously we cold ray the rocks. We kill a couple. 40 HP goes an awful long way. We're going to skip here. We're going to skip here. There we go. And so some rock on rock violence. Very sad. Don't see that in National Geographic that often. 31 HP, 35. I think that I don't mind. I'm gonna have to devote these rocks to these orc chieftains at some point. Their boars did not actually come out and attack a second ago. That's so strange. Not what I expected. Not what I expected. We can kill 3 more. We shall. 11 HP left. I think I might as well kill here, and then I'll have the giant step to here, and then the steel golems can't actually get into the halflings. I don't think I would have minded if they did either way, but that just helps make that decision a tiny bit easier. And what did I tell you? That 1 magic arrow for 50 points of damage. So it was 50 points of damage, and then their cold ray was 100. Hey, I said it was 160. It was actually 150, but I was close. It doesn't hurt my feelings too bad. Okay, and now hopefully halflings and rocks can clean up this stack. I do kind of want to try and make sure that the enemy doesn't run. I don't think it's incredibly likely, but it's possible. It's so possible that we can prevent them from running, and if we can take out this big enemy, nothing else matters. Just like Metallica once said, nothing else matters. Good song, man. Good song. Okay, Giants, we got 44 HP there. They're still gonna go. I don't know. I think I still want to focus on these golems because, again, I can't cold ray them to death, but I can cold ray the boars to death. I'm just gonna step away. Orc finally goes down. And can I kill these enemies in one fell swoop? I don't think so. 140 points. That's gonna be 7 boars that goes down. I'm gonna see. Because they're 6 speed, these boars are always going to go first because my halflings are last in the turn order. So it goes me and then their boars. That's going to happen every single time. So I don't think it really matters where I cold ray. Oh, I can kill 9. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because maybe on a retaliation, these boars are actually going to lose a couple. Yeah, they lose 3. So there's a couple left there. Kill 1 more golem there. 24 HP. And their boars are going to go first, but I can't kill the full stack. Tell you what I can do. I can blind though. We're going to use the blind just to make sure the enemies can't run. Yep, and we're going to skip and kill. We got the good morale, but I want to make sure that I have a spell available. 1 more cold ray, 140 points of damage. That's going to be 3 to 5 here. We kill. We did lose a giant. That's kind of sad. And then I'm not going to risk it. We're just going to do the one cold ray. We're going to get out of this fight. Folks, that's a glorious victory. That's a loss to a victory. 140 points of damage per cold ray at a time. One giant goes down, 35 of the halflings. Pretty big losses, all things considered, but we do have some reinforcements left in the castle. And more importantly, we know that this barbarian had some kind of spell power. I'm assuming that this was because of an artifact. Let's see what we got. Which is Brooch of Magic, +3 spell power. That's wonderful. Snake Ring, good, good. Endless Purse of Gold, 500 gold. That's awesome. That's half of a gold mine. That is lovely. Huh. Oh, we will take it. We're going to take the pathfinding here because I think that there is some swamp on this area. And look at this. There's actually this artifact. Maybe you're going to need to be the first true leader that this person meets. And maybe it'll be something else. I don't know, but I want to find that out very quickly. Okay. We're in a good spot, folks. This feels okay. We're going to wait until tomorrow. We're going to leave first thing in the morning. We're going to go reclaim our castles, and we're going to hope that we don't have any pressure from our enemies, who are the red players in the other position. Remember, we have already defeated yellow. We are dealing with orange now, and then dirtbag Necro player is somewhere in this far corner because, of course, the volcanic islands were raised, and my continent and theirs are now joined by this dirt sort of looking deal. So, with that being said, day 3. Oh, Aries getting a little bit scary. Okay, all right. We'll take a look at that. All right, let me get caught up on chat. My apologies. Mex Universalis or PAX, depends on how you feel about it. Good evening. Good evening to you. Welcome to the chat. So nice to see you there. Hey, I haven't responded to your private message on Discord just yet. I've seen it. I've just been incredibly busy. I sincerely apologize. I will get to that very, very quickly. I haven't even looked at it, so we will look at that very soon. Vammy says, probably some other Dutch people watching you. I usually don't have time to watch your YouTube. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I couldn't tell you who they are. It's just when I look at the analytics, it's just kind of funny to see what's out there. And I don't know. It's just fun. I enjoy it. And so whoever it is, we're grateful for you. Just know that you're represented. And whoever in the world is watching me on a LG smart refrigerator, like on the display for their smart refrigerator, whoever that is, you are an absolute legend. Can I just say, you're watching Heroes of Might and Magic on your refrigerator screen? That's nuts. And I thank you. I'm grateful for you. So you're awesome. Okay. And then Joel of Doom says, we recently got Popeye's chicken in the UK. Very happy for that. Popeye's is good. It's a little spicier than I generally tend to love. Flour is spicy to me. Not really, but yeah, that's about my level of spicy. My comfort level is pretty low, I'll admit. And hopefully you're enjoying that very much. I think that my Popeye's chicken, Church's chicken, those two are pretty well known in my neck of the woods. Avatar Hero says, so the thing is, the beverage how did you tell me to say that? Puskmust is like some other drinks. It's the same thing, but just relabeled depending on when it's served. So for Easter, it's different. Julmust is for Christmas, and then the Midsummer Must. Interesting. And IKEA sells them with other Swedish traditional dishes around these times of the year. Tell you what, it's been a minute since I've been over to IKEA, but every time I go to IKEA, it's a magical time, and I really enjoy it. So we'll have to go back there soon. Sandro the Peasant Killer is in the chat. Sandro, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back to playing this Terra Firma map. Having a real fun time doing that. Mr. Fix Fox, glad to see you again, and I'm glad to see you. Let's see, and we've got Psycho Magus in the chat. Hello, welcome, welcome. Fix Fox in chat. Always liked how the golems sounded when they moved across the battlefield. Yes, the sounds that you find in this game are lovely. I was just playing Warcraft 2 the other day, and it struck me how important the sounds are as we are going through these kind of playthroughs. Sounds are a big deal, and it adds not just charm, but something wonderful, something I can't even tell you what it is, but it adds something that I would absolutely be missing if we didn't have it. So Heroes 2, Warcraft 2, these older games are just lovely in the best way possible. Folks, I don't know if we should purchase this. I wish I had a little button that told me what my resources were. 3,000 gold, I know I don't have that, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't purchase this. But the crystal, that's the question I would really have, is would that be worthwhile or not? I couldn't tell you. We try to pay the leprechaun, but realize we can't afford it. The leprechaun stamps his foot and ignores you. Yep, nobody wants to spend 5 of your hard-earned crystal on that. Notice that what we did is we left ourselves exactly 2,500 gold. By the way, folks, I probably should have had Myrini wait so that way she could hand these troops off. But for now, I'm going to send her over here. There is this observation tower. Hopefully we can get to this without issue. Maybe Lord Kilburn's going to want to come out and try and do some nifty stuff to us. I will hope not. And look, the enemy has completely stayed put. But they've got the upgraded mages there. That's lovely. So we're going to take this town. This may not be as easy of a fight as I would hope, but we're going to hope for the very best. And folks, looks like orange is here. There's a gem mine. We've got to pick that gem mine up. That's critically important. We're going to come back for the ore mine later, but we've been picking up sulfur and sawmills and wood all this whole time. With the 50 spell points and with 11 spell power, we should win this fight. It's probably going to say that we lose. It says that we lose. We're going to just have to outdo them. Hopefully, they've built up a 3rd level mage guild, but only they forget to use the spells. We will see how likely that is. Okay, remember, iron golems, 50% reduced damage. We're going to want to key in on them, key in on the rocks, but for now, let's just absolutely lay down some heat on these arc mages. Defense, I don't think I really need to defend, but there's no real hole in the wall just yet, so we're just going to hold steady. A blind onto the steel golems. I don't really hate that decision. I'm going to step just to right there, and I don't want to go over the wall. I want to entice my enemies to come to me. It looks like I cannot do so. They're just going to rely on the damage from the walls to make this happen. Might as well start pouring some damage onto the only creature that I can't cold ray. Next creature of importance are these rocks. We're going to kill all of them. And as you can see, I think that the enemy has to recognize that, hold on, wait a second, this is not going as well for me as I would have hoped. To which I reply, yeah, it's not going as well as you would have hoped. We have lost one giant. The turrets are absolutely slamming through us. 125 HP left. Remember, we still have one more castle to take after this, and so we don't want to have to just suffer. Like, we want to be able to get through this fight and still have something to our names later. I don't know how likely that is, all things considered, though. Continuing to put damage here. How much HP? 61. We're probably going to lose the giant in just half of a moment. Remember, we do have the magic arrow. Magic arrow does not do the reduced damage, or it doesn't take reduced damage from the golems. It's literally half damage anyway. You might as well save 3 spell points. We'll do this. And I think I'm just going to skip on the giant because I don't want to put him into the water there. That seems like a bad idea with a defense issue. Ooh, good morale, and we're doing max damage because the wall has broken in that section, which is really nice. We might be able to end this map here before we lose the other giant. Save the giant, 2 HP. Nice. One giant lost for 1,800 experience and a castle nonetheless, as we pick up the leadership, and a castle with archmages. Perfect. This is the start that we always wanted, and I will combine this playthrough and the previous playthrough together so that way you can see all my previous failings, but it's nice to see when this map turns out exceptionally well. Folks, Thundax the Barbarian, this is an enemy that we've already defeated. Level 7? 4, 7, 2, and 1. Level 8? I mean, we've only got level 2 spells anyway. He might be our new primary hero. He might be our new primary hero. Look at this. Because he's got the archery for the archmages. He's got the logistics. The only problem is that the knowledge is just atrocious. But we do have the Black Pearl to add 2 knowledge anyway. I think that we're going to stick with Kalindra for now, but soon, very soon, we may be changing gears. And we may be heading in a different direction. Folks, Mermac is looking pretty tasty. I don't think that there's anything to purchase here. Let me just double check one more time. Nope, there's not. And there's no reason for us to stay because there's a magic well along the way. Let's just hope that we don't draw the ire of some very scary necromancers who we know are somewhere on this map. It's currently day 5. I think I got time to go out of my way for this Tree of Knowledge. We shall. And I really want to get the gems. 1 gem a day. That's going to eventually lead us into Titans. Remember, Titans paired with the Barbarian is just too good to handle. So that's what I'm hoping for very soon. Thundax, time to purchase you. Wait, did he have any artifacts? No, didn't have any artifacts. Does have the spell book already, though. That makes him only basically worth 2,000 gold. Not bad. Not bad. And then he's just going to be in the rear, ready to support us as we fight Lord Kilburn in just a moment. Okay, Sandro the Peasant Killer says, seems that people really like your YouTube videos. That doesn't surprise me though, as I'm very impressed myself on your talent as a streamer and even as a good teacher sometimes. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I enjoy streaming. Even if I wasn't streaming and if I'm just making normal videos, I still really enjoy that. Either way, I really enjoy it. It's fun. I've learned a lot of fun stuff, and I get to meet really quality people. So I'm very happy for the support that I get. I don't think I would still be here at this point if there wasn't so much support from so many wonderful people. I think that that's pretty obvious that we all need a little bit of encouragement at times, and I've had some really wonderful people trying to encourage me in this journey. So, and you're one of them. So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. We're gonna back off to here. I think that we should still be able to reach Lord Kilburn on day 1 tomorrow. I just want to make sure that they don't purchase more troops just in case. I can't reach anyway. Let's wait for now and let's hope for the best. There's some opportunities around here. It's day 6. Do we need to make any purchases? Right now, I think we have everything we need. Orchard. I'll pick up an extra 8 halflings a week. This castle's looking fantastic. Way too far away from the Cloud Castle, even with this trading post, but still in a good position. And we are here on Master Lord Kilburn. Gonna obliterate this guy with some spells and then move on from there. Psycho Magnus says, oh, it's my favorite hero of Heroes of Might and Magic. Of my favorite faction, Sandro. Yep, this is the guy. This is the guy that you have been hearing so much about. Yeah, I really enjoy every time I see a Sandro mask, or not a mask, what do you call it? A Sandro, call it a profile picture. It always makes me really happy because I know that there's a real true Heroes of Might and Magic fan, because you can tell that it's always the Heroes of Might and Magic 1 and Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Sandro picture. It's never, ever, ever like the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 portrait. It's always the Heroes 2 and the Heroes 1 portrait. And that just makes me really happy. I can't help it. So yeah, he's got that going on there. Joe Nathan 89, hi there. First time catching you on Twitch. I've recently found a lot of your YouTube content. Wonderful. Thank you so very much. I'm thrilled that that you're enjoying it. I'm thrilled it's worth your time, and I'm happy to have you here. It's a pleasure to have you here. This is the Terra Firma map, and we're having some pretty good fun with it. I'm really enjoying myself on this scenario. Yesterday, okay, some days are a struggle, right? Like some days I try and make the same decisions I always do, and I try my best to win the scenario. Some days I'm more successful than others. And yesterday was just a struggle all around, and the struggle is not bad. I cannot stress this enough to you folks. The struggle is not bad, because the struggle is what you go through when you play Heroes of Might and Magic, right? Like it's a strategy game. If it was easy all the time, nobody would really want to play it. And so we all get to enjoy the ups and the downs and the struggles and the trials together. If every single playthrough I had was simply a walk in the park, I don't think that that'd be fun for anybody. So little things like that just make me happy to be able to have those rough days, because even when it's rough, it's still authentic and real and good, and that's fun. So Joe Nathan 89, I appreciate that you get to see the YouTube out there, and you also get to see the Twitch here. For all my ups and all my downs, happy to have you here. Orange is a color? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, is it a color or is it a fruit? Orange is a color. Player has been vanquished, folks. And so we have now defeated the Smarmy yellow player and the orange is a color player. We now just have Dirtbag Necromancer player to go against us, the valiant blue Fix Fox wizard. And let's see if they upgraded this town for us at all. They did, actually. They did a nice job. It's day 7 here. I think it makes perfect sense for me. Oh, do I want the ivory tower? Do I want the cliff nest? I think it's worthwhile to get the ivory tower. Rocks are good. They're a one-time investment. They're only gold. Yeah, but you gotta have the mages. We have 3 towers that are gonna be pumping out mages. 1, 2, and 3. One of them is upgraded. I'm gonna want to get them. Am I gonna want to upgrade them all? Probably not. There's one library here. There's no library there, and there's. Wait, what? I mean, I could upgrade them into archmages here as well, and then just have mages, regular mages in the other one. The gold is going to be so tight, even with this purse of gold for an extra 500 gold per day. Like, money is tight right now. I don't know what's going to be very best for us. I do not know. Okay. Because we saw our other enemies been defeated, I think that I just want to run this direction and get as much knowledge as I can with Myrini, and immediately we have knowledge. Lancashire is of the red variety. This is a necromancer town. They've made it to this area of the map, so we have to be pretty careful, and we also have to make sure that our heroes are crafty and wise and doing wonderfully smart things. Let's make sure that Thundax is in a place where he can be ready to go on the morrow. I'm going to dismiss the orcs. I don't think that they're ever going to be useful at this point. And let's go on to month 1, week 4, day 1. Wolf growth is up by 5. I don't think that that matters to anybody here, but it is the week of the wolf. J Nasty 1515, good afternoon from the East Coast. Since we're talking about geography, welcome. It's always a pleasure to see you there, J Nasty. Hope things are going fantastic for you. We're having some fun here playing Terra Firma from, I believe that this is the expansion. I believe that this comes to us from the expansion, and having a lot of fun with it. So far, so good anyway. I think that for this upcoming fight, I'm just going to slam these halflings. I'm going to save the mages because I don't know what to do with them just yet. It's going to be just all about the spells anyway. It really is, but I just want to get this +1/+1, and I want to kill these orcs or these ogres so I can pick up their treasure. Once I do, I'm going to be feeling pretty okay. Do I put myself in a position where I just immediately die? Oh, I don't think so. Bone dragons, though. Time to go. How do bone dragons compare to giants? I think that they compare fairly well, all things considered. Like, bone dragons are superior because they fly, but they got the same amount of hit points. Bone dragons do a little bit more damage, and bone dragons have the benefit of being resistant to more spells than the giants are. It's tough to say. I mean, I think that bone dragons are superior to giants for sure, if for no other reason than they fly. But giants are still gonna hold their own, and we do have, it looks like, 3 available. So let's hold out. Let's see what happens here. We're getting, it looks like, 1 of each resource minus crystal. We still need crystal, but we're getting about 4,000 gold per day. So not too bad so far. Let's actually send Thundax to the front. If an enemy starts rushing down upon me, I'm gonna want to make sure I can evacuate these troops so I can consolidate back here. Just kind of the way that I'm reading these tea leaves is kind of the way that this is looking. These losses look acceptable, but we're gonna make this even better. By the way, for the East Coast, how are things over there for you on the East Coast on a Tuesday, J Nasty? Here on the West, we've got beautiful weather. Things have been fantastic. No issues. Summer is in the air, and it's coming on quick. If we're not already there to summer, then we're definitely getting there quicker. Time after time after time. Hopefully the East Coast is beautiful. One of my favorite places in the world is Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee is an all-time favorite place of mine. It's beautiful, and the people are lovely. Really, they truly are wonderful. And I know that that's more south than a lot of places that are considered more East Coast for a lot of folks. But hopefully it's still beautiful for you there. And we're not too far away. It's really nice to feel like we're never really truly alone in this world. All right, we're gonna cast this cold ray here. Stepping up, taking some damage. And I'm just gonna leave the giants there. Whoa, I did not even realize that you could reach me, sir. No touch the bird. Do not touch the bird. They've got very few things going for them right now. They just want to be left alone. I worked a 12-hour shift, and all I want is Wingstop, said the birds. That's all they want. That's all they want. 1 more cold ray, and that'll get us out of this fight. And the 1 boar, we talked about the crystal being necessary. That's 4 crystal. We don't have a crystal mine just yet. I don't think we have anything other than, let's see, 5 crystal for the +2 spell power here, and then a little bit of extra crystal for some other stuff. Crystal for Mage Guild levels, maybe? We're gonna have to wait and see. But we might have to trade here at this trading post. Your army's ambushed by a small tribe of wild and none too bright orcs. You fend them off easily, and the survivors flee in all directions. One of the orcs was wearing a special helmet that I clicked past too fast, and I didn't actually read it. He was wearing a special helmet, and the helmet looked cool. It had spikes on it, and it gave you defense, and it gave you attack. Like, you could headbutt people with your skull helmet, and your little noggin would be perfectly fine, and their little noggin would be really sad. The end. What a good story. Man, that skull helmet story, it just gets better and better every single time I hear it. Lovely. Okay. Red player, it looks like they're going through the swamp. They've summoned a boat. I didn't even consider the possibility of summoning a boat. That's odd. I mean, I guess if there's water here and there's a Magellan's Maps, I mean, why wouldn't you? But there's no shipyard available there, no shipyard available here, because it's just 1 step too far away from the water. Very interesting. Had not considered that. Are they going to land right here? Am I in danger? Question mark? I don't even know. We'll have to wait and find out. After our hero says that the funniest thing I saw on the internet of things was when they programmed so that they could play Doom on the small display of a birth control. That's hilarious. I mentioned earlier that somebody was watching me on their smart refrigerator, right? And you're saying, oh yeah, when people play Doom in the weirdest and most unexpected places, that also makes me just happy. The internet is full of wonderful people, and I don't know, there's some people that wouldn't do nearly such amazing things if they didn't have an audience. Like, I'm probably that person, right? I play games fairly regularly regardless of whether there's an audience or not, but I definitely crank it up another notch if people are watching. Would people really set up the largest 10,000 domino Rube Goldberg machine ever if they weren't going to post it to YouTube? Probably not. So I'm not gonna hold that against them for trying to share what they love. So thank goodness for the internet, because I remember when YouTube was just, hey, look at this funny clip I did with my friend. And it's been great. The internet's been great. I've been very happy for it. Okay, we're in a bind. We need to go here. We need to purchase everybody we can, and I think that includes these giants. We are going to start sending these forces up. Is it going to be just mages, or do we go for the arc mages? I don't want to upgrade. I don't want to upgrade mages later. I could do it. 4,000 gold is just so steep right now. It's so steep. Tell you what, we're going to send mages, the Magi. We're going to send them because we're going to make the best of this rough situation. We're going to send the giants. We got 7,000 gold left. It's going to be rocks, and then it's going to be halflings. We're going to try and avoid boars. We're going to avoid steel golems. And we're just going to start sending this up along the way. We might need to hire another hero in just a moment or two. And Myrini actually needs to drop forces. She's going to have to basically go to here and then come back so that way she can defend. Sandro can't land right in front of my castle here. So we're going to go to here so that way we can hopefully get all these forces to the front so we can fight this new menace. This is the Sandro. Dear Sandro the Peasant Killer, friend of yours? Question mark, question mark. So, by the way, Sandro the Peasant Killer says, as you keep proving it, especially when playing with your dad on those educational Heroes Might and Magic 3 videos, from which I have to mention that I've already learned much. Wonderful, and I'm happy that those have been fun for you. I hope it's fun. I hope it's fun. Like, we've all been in class before. We've all been learning a subject that we didn't really love and it wasn't really exciting and fun. I hope that when we play Heroes Might and Magic together that everybody's having fun. Truly, that's my #1 goal, is that you're having a nice time when you're here. So if you also learn stuff, great, but let's learn stuff just because we were enjoying it and watching it and having fun with it, as opposed to taking notes and struggling to remember the Pythagorean theorem and stuff like that. There's no problem with learning Heroes Might and Magic that way, but when people ask what's the best way to learn Heroes Might and Magic, I really hope that people aren't trying to learn individual stats and things like that. Figure out about what tier each faction is, so that way you can know on the adventure map whether or not you should fight them. Like, oh, it's a tier 5 creature, I should probably exercise great caution, right? Do a little bit of that. Figure out what a pack means and what lots means or what several means, so that way you can make better informed decisions, and then just go from there. So there's some real nuance to the game, but I hope that the very much new players don't stress out. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't enjoy the game. You should totally enjoy the game, and I'm glad you do. But my hope is that people don't forget the fun while they're doing it. Truly, that's my hope. That's my hope. Okay, I'm gonna do. I can't really leave my forces here to get the 6 speed, because if I do, I can drop the 3 speed. I can drop these 4 speeds. Yeah, I can do this. If I do this and then I'm attacked, then I should be able to have these troops just drop straight down. I think that that's what Zenz has told me. I'm just not sure exactly that that's how that works. Sandro's a little bit far away from me to really attack me, but he could. And with several bone dragons, I just have to exercise great caution there. So I'm going to wait for now. We are out of gold. That's okay. Flint has done what he needs to do. He's going to sit on the trading post. Maybe we're going to make some final purchases here right before we go. And then we might follow him into the swamp. We might just take his boat. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. Fix Fox lays down the heat, but uses cold ray. Yeah, we're laying down the heat. but it's freezing. Did you see? Oh my gosh, I saw the worst video the other day. Oh, we got to pull this up, folks. I don't usually like take detours like this, but oh my gosh, I have to show you this. This was absolutely insane to me. Oh, I hated this so much. Oh, I feel bad that I feel like I shouldn't even show you, but I had to watch it, so you have to watch it too. Let me make a new little thing here. Oh, let me do that. Let me do that. Okay. Cancel. It's this video of a gal who gets a brand as like it's as opposed to a tattoo. She gets a brand where traditionally people like heat it up and then you just get branded and like you hate life and stuff because all of a sudden you're stuck like a cattle to differentiate one cattle to the other. There's another type of branding known as freeze branding, and this lady gets freeze branded and it is horrible because I swear that she's hurting. Like she can't be okay. She cannot be okay with this. I can't be okay with this. But if I had to watch it now, you're gonna have to watch it. How do I do this? Waiting. This is worse than when your friend sits down to try and show you a video and it's like a 25-minute video. You're like, dude, I'm not watching a 25-minute video. Oh, come on, I'll just take like a second. No, I'm not watching a 25-minute video. It's not happening. No, but at this point, I've invested too many resources into it, so I can't quit. I actually have to show you. It's too late. It's too late to apologize. Okay, finally, we got there. If you've already seen this, I apologize. But look at the freeze branding on this. Holding on for multiple seconds. That was an ice cold or like liquid nitrogen dipped brand. And it's like, it's a cool design and that's okay, but it's so deep. It went through so many layers of dermis. Like horses, they do this because it'll like, first off, horses' skin and stuff is way tougher than ours is, right? But this lady straight up like look how deep that is. Like the imprint on that is insane. I'm worried like the little areas around in the paws, I'm worried that this skin is going to fall off and die because it's going to have a lack of blood flow, like a lack of blood supply. Like this is not going to heal well. And right now she's like, oh, I'm not in pain. It's cold, because the cold numbs it immediately. Lady, you are going to have one of the most painful recovery processes I've ever seen. I've never seen somebody want to give themselves frostbite, but kudos to you for telling me, like showing me how I should or should not live my life. That is insane. People are crazy. And I want to throw up in my mouth just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Thank you for taking that little detour with me. The pleasure is mine. Alrighty, we're going to do the final bit of rocks, final bit of these magi. I don't know. Sandro is probably pretty tough. I'm worried that if we don't fight this fight now, he's going to get away. And I think with my 18 magi and my 78 halflings, I think I'm tough. I feel like I'm tough. I feel like I'm strong. With this Cold Ray, I feel like I'm really strong. I gotta do it. Win or lose, I've gotta do it. Okay. Sandro the Peasant Killer says, so as always, I'm happy and grateful to watch your nice content. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Sandro. It's always a pleasure. Steeson's in the chat. Yo, 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 Steeson. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're having the best day of your life. Really, truly, I do. I know that that's not always possible, but I hope that today is the best day of your life. Folks, we're immediately going to half the stack of Power Liches from 12 to 6, and it's going to be Sandro the Necromancer with 3 attack, 2 defense, 9 spell power, 13 knowledge. Oh my gosh. So the attack and defense is not that good, but the spell power knowledge, we are fighting for our lives. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? We got the 12 spell power, so we're going to hit harder, but he might have what, like, what's the opposite of destroy undead? Holy word, holy shout, death ripple. He might have death ripple. If he does, we're just in a bad spot. I'm gonna move the boars to right about here, so that way the bone dragons definitely cannot get the magi. I'll take the damage from the power liches. I will take it. They're probably gonna attack right here. They're gonna get 3 bits of damage off. I don't care. I just don't want the bone dragons to get in. It's gonna be a blind. So actually the blind, that's a really good spell for them. That's super good for them. The damage for 18 magi. Oh, the damage from 18 magi is so good. And I think that the Cold Ray, the 240 points of damage, I think that the Magi are still going to do way more than that. 2 attack, 5 defense, maybe not. Maybe not. I think that the Bone Dragons are about to go and eat my Halflings. That's going to be lovely. Bye. Ouch. Let's kill 2 to 3 more of these Power Liches. I don't know. I don't know. Do I play this game back and forth where I let my mages get blinded again and back and forth and back and forth, or do I just take the 240 points of damage, kill 1 Bone Dragon at a time, and then I just defend the Magi? Because I can wait, I can not cast a spell, they're going to blind somebody, or maybe they're just going to do damage. I don't know. I think that the damage from the Magi is actually going to be better. Let me consider this real quick. 13 attack, 11 defense. So we're going to do bonus damage. Let's just assume that we're going to do minimum damage. Let's call it 70. Let's call 140, 240. I think that the spell power is still, like, the spell damage is still better. I think that the spell damage is still better. But if you've got 9 spell power, I don't want to eat anything but a blind from you. I really don't. I really don't. Is he going to blind the rocks? Is he going to blind the boars? Is he just going to lightning bolt somebody here? If I unblind the Magi right now, then I don't get the damage from the spell, and he's just going to blind me again. If I wait, he might lightning bolt me, and we're going to get ahead of the curve for future, but then we're just going to play this game back and forth of blind, unblind, blind, unblind. Which is better? Tough to say. Let me read chat, and you guys can think about that for a second. Skur is in the chat. Hello, Skur. Nice to have you here. Oh, I played this map yesterday, and I got smashed by necromancers. Here we are. Ta-da! Good luck. Hope you do better than I did. So far, it's meh. It's meh. So far, so good. Steeson says, I had a Spanish customer once called Sandro. I made sure not to mess with him. That is a tough customer. You and I both believe it. Why is there an echo on your mic today? Is it too far away from you? I'm in a smaller room. So I will try and not be so excited and try and avoid the echo. Echo. Thank you. I appreciate that. Avatar is talking about the drink with Steeson. Wonderful. It's just local to Sweden for Avatar. Oh, gotcha. And Jay Nasty, I'm so sorry I'm so far behind on chat, but over there in the East Coast, it's been great. Mid-70s all week. The green pollen wave has subsided some. I am in Eastern Virginia near the water. Oh, Virginia's beautiful. I've driven through West Virginia for sure. I think I drove through Virginia. I just remember the whole Virginia area being exceedingly green, very beautiful. So I hope you're having a wonderful time with that, and I hope that the pollen does not catch up to you. Sweden and Danish, yeah. Denmark and Sweden, it is different, definitely. If my playthroughs of Medieval Total War are to be believed. And then Steeson says, so Fix Fox, would you like to try another map made by my son sometime? Sure. Send it over to the Fix Fox requests, and then I'll take a look at it. I'm looking forward to it. We want to make a map special for you, something very special, something different but fun to play. I'll do that. You got it. And then Mech says she is doing that just for the fans? Just for the fans. Probably. With the branding. Yeah, probably just doing it for the fans. Ugh. Fix Fox showing a YouTube short video and being like, and now something completely different. Absolutely. And Mex, you're totally right. This is a tough fight, and I don't know the best thing to do. I think I need the damage from the Cold Ray, but 4 defense, 5 defense. Eventually, here's the deal, and I mean this with all my heart. I think that the rocks are going to be obligated to peel off these power liches. I need to be able to fly around the map and ignore these guys for a little bit of time. I don't think I can win this fight. How much is it to surrender? It's going to be a lot because we don't have the diplomacy here. Oh, we do. Thank goodness. 40% cost. Otherwise, this would be insane. We're not going to plan on winning this fight, folks. We're going to plan on softening them up, and we're going to do a great job of that. And so long as the Magi are actually saved as a power stack, that's fine to me. Save rocks, save Magi, lose boars, lose giants even, and that's fine. But save these 2 creatures and then surrender and get tons of damage off. That's going to be fine for me. That'll be okay. And so, how does that change my decision making? Does it change my decision making? I think that I wait with the boars, and then I just take whatever damage you want to throw at me. Okay, it's a blind. That's fine. No, it's not fine because I lose my turn with the rocks. I just mentioned that I wanted to keep the rocks alive. Oh boy. Dispel. This Magi need to do oodles of damage. The Giants might as well get this first shot off on these Bone Dragons. Do we kill one? We do not. We got fairly close. We can do either 151 to 194 damage to the Bone Dragon, so less than the Cold Ray, or we can do 226 to 291 on the Skeletons. I mean, this isn't damage wasted. This isn't damage wasted either, but you're going to do more damage against the Bone Dragons if you just use the Cold Ray. And that's simply because of the defense skill. 5 defense versus 11 defense. That's just the way it works. If I kill this many Skeletons right now, that will also help the rocks stay alive, which is good. I think I'm going to do that. Feels a little bit unintuitive, but I think it's going to work. Oh, and by the way, one more reason why keeping the Magi alive is actually the right decision is this. If the Magi are able to do their damage, they could always get good morale. They could get good morale, and that changes the fight instantly. That puts things on its head. Now, what is Sandro going to do if I skip? I don't know. Is he just going to start lightning bolting the Magi? I'm going to skip on the boars, see what he does. I'm expecting a blind. Okay, so we do get the blind. Giants are going down pretty quickly. 2 of them left. They're going to get a little bit of damage off here. We are close enough to these Bone Dragons that we might be able to, as a parting shot, do our final Cold Ray and then run with the boars. So I'm going to yet again do the Dispel here. I'm going to get the damage off here. Probably lose the Giants here. We did lose 1 Giant. There's 33 HP. And I could kill 2. Oh, I could totally kill 2. Or I can kill another up to 73 here. That's a lot of Skeletons. You got to kill the Skeletons somehow. I think this is actually the best use of my damage. I truly do. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. Okay, Bone Dragons have actually already taken their turn. So let's go to here. And we are about to run, folks. We're going to get one more Cold Ray, and we're going to Cold Ray these Bone Dragons, and then we're going to just run. Okay. Cold Ray. 56 HP left, but we're going to save the power stack of Magi, and it's going to be super cheap to run. Not a problem at all. We can't quite make this, but we've got some good trading here. How much did we need? We didn't need much, did we? Oh, no, we needed a ton. Oh, we need a ton of gold. Oh, I didn't realize how much we needed. This is, oh, I thought that this was the difference. I thought that we were like 500 gold away. No, we need tons of gold. Well, there's no time like the present. Let's trade most of everything of the non-precious resources first. We're up to 4250, so we need 710 left. We have a sulfur mine. That's not a problem. Let's trade. Let's trade a bit like that. We do have the alchemist lab, so we'll just trade 1 there, and then we're just gonna trade the rest in the sulfur. And folks, it feels bad to give over gold. It feels bad to lose that fight, but we took a fair chunk out of these enemies. 3 Bone Dragons, 128 of the Skeletons, 10 of the Power Liches. Really, killing 10 of the Power Liches is maybe one of the biggest things for us. So we're gonna accept this, and we're gonna be done with it. We're going to hope that they actually land. I think that Sandro is going to look at this and say, oh, this looks tasty. He's going to land. He's going to want to try and take Mermac. We're going to rehire the hero. We're going to hero chain, and we're going to beat Sandro first thing in the morning. That's what I'm hoping for. So even though this was a loss and this was not how you like to do it, I think that there's still some opportunities for us, call it. We just have to stay alive. Just stay alive, my friends. Stay alive. I'm going to hope that Darlena does not have pathfinding. She's got the 2-speed zombies. I'm hoping I can stay just ahead of her and then go from there. Any other forces? Let's see if there's anything we can hero chain from here to here. We should be able to reach right about there in just a moment or two. Call it right about there. And so even if we had the gold, we wouldn't rehire. Let's hope Sandro lands. This is exciting. This is heating up. Oh, he runs. No. He kind of runs. He kind of runs. Okay, well, if we don't hire our hero today with Kalindra, then we're in a really bad spot because then she's just going to disappear and we lost her for free. But, okay. Slow it down, folks. Slow it down. We're all right. I'm all right. You're all right. We're okay. We're doing fine. We're getting 4,000 gold a day. As soon as we can get Titans with this hero, we are in the money and we'll be fine. Okay. Let's see. You're going to lose. It all depends on the cost of giving up. Yeah. Yeah, and the 5,000 gold, that's about the right price. Thankfully, we did have the diplomacy. If we didn't have that diplomacy, that fight would have been an absolute disaster. Overall, it did work out. Folks, we had ourselves a subscription. Holy cow, Zapixo's in the chat. Welcome, Zapixo. So nice to have you here. Resubscribe. Wow, resubscribe for several months. I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Zapixel says, I'm arriving in a tough moment for my favorite American streamer. I'm here to cheer you up, my friend. Stay strong. You're the best. Some French love for you. I sincerely appreciate that, sir. Thank you so very kindly. It's always a pleasure having you. And I got to watch Zapixel the other day as he was streaming here on Twitch. He's playing Heroes of Might and Magic 1, Heroes of Might and Magic 2. And I always enjoy watching Zapixel have such a fun time doing so good with Heroes of Might and Magic. So, sir, the pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for all you do. Appreciate you. Okay, I think it's time to swap over. If we're going to swap over to Thundax with the archery and with these stats, I think that now is the time. So let's do it like this. Oop. Swap. Swap. Kalindra's still going to be an awesome hero. She's just not going to be the best hero you ever saw, which is fine. A couple boars because that's just what we have available. We're going to go to right about here. Flint is going to hand all this over, and the reason why we just waited there was because I needed to get the Black Pearl onto Thundax, so that way he's got 30 spell points. I think that we just saw in the previous fight, especially if we have attack skill, and especially if we have the archery, that the damage from the Magi is at least as good, if not a little bit better than what Kalindra has. The only thing that Thundax doesn't have is the leadership to give us the extra shots off. Still, I think that this is going to be the right choice. It's day 7, folks. We do want Myrini to survive. We're going to send her back over here because this other enemy ran away. It's Rialdo who's coming up the pass in just a moment or two. Let's have Thundax be somewhat in this forward position. He can maybe use his pathfinding to go through the swamp and catch up to Sandro. Let's have heroes waiting, ready to do one big resupply, and let's hope that we can stop this guy from doing something ugly to us. By the way, haven't noticed, but oh, I'm so sad. I'm going to talk about chat because this makes me sad. Okay, on to the next thing. Zapixo with the... Hey, I love the blood morale usage there. That's one of my favorite emotes that I made, and so I hope that everybody feels free to use any of these emotes from this channel. Feel free to use them anywhere, because if you're using them watching Heroes of Might and Magic, that's great. And if you're using them watching another game, that just means people are going to come find Heroes of Might and Magic, and that's great too. So hello, everyone. Hello to Zapixo. Steeson says, I have moved into a new house that we rent. While doing some indoor handiwork, I listened to FixFox Creature tier list about 5 times. Wow, 5 times. That's a lot. My attention went back and forth, of course, so my wife finally asked, do you keep listening to this guy because you can't believe he doesn't like griffins and golems? Ha, no. And yes. Steeson, I appreciate that. Yeah, I tell you what, I really enjoy everybody's tier lists when it comes to units and spells and all these wonderful things, because there's so many places that we all agree upon, but then there's also so much room for differing opinions. So I'm always happy to see those very, very much. So Pixo asks, is this a vanilla map or a fan-made map? This is a vanilla map. I believe that this does come from the Price of Loyalty expansion, not from the Secession Wars original mod, but it is not a fan-made map. This comes with the base game files. This is Terra Firma. I'll show you in just 1 second. Steeson says, anyway, Fix says that Ogre Lords are gold. I'm playing a game while watching here. Got a power stack of 10 Ogre Lords as my one-man army, so to speak. And then fast forward, it turns out that level 1 creatures joined my ranks out of pure fear and respect for the Lords. I completely agree. That is wonderful. That is lovely. I'm all for it. OMG, does Thundax have the Dispel Magic? Oh, there's the Winnie Maru, not like this deal. Yeah, I like that. Against the Blind. And yes, Pax Universalis, he absolutely does. And so the level 2 Mage Guild we had at our home place, Thundax has the spell book. He should have the important spell. I'd really love an anti-magic. Maybe we push for a level 3 Mage Guild. Tough to say. Well, he'd need wisdom for that. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Month of the Plague. That's very sad. Does that change my decision-making process here? Does that change my decision-making process? It might. It really might. I think we're going to end up having steel golems here. We're going to make this work, but I think that Thundax can do this. He's a little bit under-leveled from what my other hero was, but yeah, we've got the slow, blind, curse, steel skin, dispel magic. magic arrow, cold ray. So we're gonna have 6 dispel magic. So the scenario is gonna be able to go 6 turns, or the battle is gonna be able to go 6 turns. We're gonna use the boars to stay in front of the magi. Hope that they stay alive as long as they can. And we're just gonna have to go from there. Yeah, we lost a bunch of iron golems, didn't we? Yeah, we did. But sometimes it's always the question of, well, is it worse for me or worse for the enemy that we lost troops due to plague? The AI does sometimes leave troops unpurchased, and that's okay. I'm really fine with that. Not always does that work out the best for me, but sometimes that works out really, really fine, because then I don't have to worry about that. Now what this means is that my gold is freed up. The enemies are not getting any reinforcements. I'm not getting any reinforcements. This might be the opportunity for me to really push to get Titans this week. It could happen. Plus that means I can go out of my way for this artifact. There's opportunity even in the darkest of places. That sounds really lame, but it's totally true. It's totally true. I make no apologies for how true that is. Myrini is going to be able to go right about there. Flint's therefore going to go right about there. And up to there in just a moment or two. Thundax is going to be ready to go. I want him to pick up this luck. I want him to pick up this tree. We're going to take the scouting. And folks, we are going to be just sitting here waiting for Sandro, hoping for the very best. We shall see. Maybe bomb Sandro with spells and retreat. Maybe you could Diplo some troops. Both are good decisions. I like all that. Do you have Diplo? I do have Diplo on Kalindra. And so actually giving her some boars, that would actually be really useful, because then she can get off a couple of those nice spells. That'd be really nice, actually. I like that idea. Let's plan on doing that here and here. Because yeah, if you got the 6-speed boars, heck, I might even be able to last 2 turns. If I lose her though, it's all for naught. These troops are very, very slow, so let's have them get very close, and then maybe I can rehire her. We don't have the gold to rehire her a bunch, but let's just hit intern and see where this takes us. Sandro does not oblige. He's not helping us out any, which is really a shame. I'm gonna go out of my way. I'm not gonna go out of my way. The 2 spell power right now is just not that useful. If it's not gonna be for a primary magical based hero, Thundax is mostly going to be casting the dispels, and so it's just not as useful to me, I don't think. Send everybody over. Good, good. Send everybody in. Good, good. And then everybody's purchased. Whoa. You don't need to make them steal. But everybody's purchased. Send them on down. All right, and all of our hopes and prayers go with you, Thundax, the barbarian. Thromka, warrior. Thromka. And I'm actually going to see if I can get Flint into this boat. Maybe I'll find something really nice, because I don't know how else I would have gotten a boat ever. Meanwhile, Kalindra's got other stuff to do. Just tooling around a little bit. And okay. All right, did not expect that. Remember, we do not have the diplomacy here this time, so we have some limited opportunities. They're going to get to go first because they're speed 6. 6-speed power liches. Okay. Looks like bone dragons. I'm going to be able to cover up my liches, or excuse me, my magi from the bone dragons. I'm going to be able to cover this up, and then their slower troops, but their big stacks are at the bottom. So we're still going to get some good damage off in this playthrough. We are going to want to pretty much immediately cast the dispel here. We're going to slip right on into here with the boars, because then we're not going to take the extra damage from the power liches. I think it's never a bad idea. Let's see, we could kill 2 power liches, or we can kill 1 full bone dragon. What do you think? Oh, got him. My day just got much better. My day just got much better. Look at that, because now we don't have to worry about where the rocks go. The rocks don't have to go anywhere. The rocks can go anywhere they want to. I'm a rock. My name is Rock. Hi, Rock. And I get to go anywhere I want to go. Zapixo, double rainbow all the way across the sky. Absolutely. That went excellent for me. Okay. Okay. And now it's going to go, let's see. It's going to go power liches, 6-speed, and then the royal mummies. Yeah. Okay. I think that we still are going to want to send the rocks to here for now. But I like this. This is okay for me. This is okay. Tell you what, the worst thing that the Liches could have done there was actually to have blinded me and then broken the blind, so that way I wouldn't get my turn back, because I'm going to continue to just dispel. They weren't thinking of that in those terms. I understand, I get it, but that was a missed opportunity on their part. I'm going to wait for these Royal Mummies to kind of come into me, because they're going to be down in just 2 seconds here anyway. There's one hit, and geez, there's so many hit points here. So much damage. 8 to 11. I just want to make sure that these skeletons don't do much. Let's what's our luck look like? It's good. If we get good luck again, I would really want to kill most of these Royal Mummies. Royal Mummies just did 95 points of damage because we have 8 defense to their 3 attack. It's so many skeletons. It's so many skeletons. I can't. It's too many skeletons. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Zombies aren't going to be able to get around unless they did a haste, but I doubt that they're going to do that. Feel like I need to take care of these power liches. 4 rocks aren't going to die to these skeletons. And we might even kill a skeleton or 2 on the retaliation. You gotta protect the Magi though. So they are here where they need to be. We need to skip here. So Pixo with the GG in the chat. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Let's kill 1 full stack of skeletons. That'll just help simplify the fight a little bit. Perfect. There's the blind. There's the missed Q there. I kind of want to be careful. No, I don't. I want to just dispel immediately because I want my turn. Because the Royal Mummies are not going to get good morale. Mutant zombies aren't going to go. Perfect. This is awesome. Okay, we're in a good spot. We're in a great spot here. And then, sure, there's 98 mutant zombies. Oh no, that's not something to concern myself with at all. The damage from the Royal Mummies is massive. 105 damage from the mutant zombies, whereas the Royal Mummies were doing quite a bit more, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with where this is at. So let's just consider 3 Royal Mummies or double the damage here, but bigger retaliation. Let's keep the retaliations fairly low at the moment. Let's do that. They shall not pass. Steel Golems got this. Steel Golems are an awesome unit. Steel Golems are an awesome unit, Zapixo. I love them so much. They're so good. We've got 3 more Dispels, folks. After the Dispels wear off, we're going to be in a little bit of a tough spot. But so far, so good. Let's assume that we're going to get a couple more shots off here. 1 more round of damage onto the Royal Mummies. No, if I get the good luck, I really want the damage to go onto the mutant zombies. I really do. After our hero with the mutant zombie robot, I assume that that's what that is. I don't actually know what that is. I'm going to assume that that's a mutant zombie robot. There's another blind. We're taking minimal damage from the power liches, 29 points of damage per. It's not too bad. And folks, here we go. We got 1 more dispel after this. There's a curse coming out. That's a waste of damage. There's good luck from the mutant zombies. That did some damage. Yeah, these golems are absolutely mixing it up for me. But it's probably going to be where there's no troops left at the end of this fight, except for the Magi and then whatever's left here, because the Magi are going to continually get blinded. And after the Magi are blinded, then I'm going to start eating like lightning bolts and stuff. This is good, but I tell you what, this sounds crazy. But after the final dispel, we might want to just leave. No, we are so close. We are so close to winning this fight. We're so close to winning this fight. This is the margins for error are so small. We have to hold on. 18 Magi are absolutely going to retaliate and kill all the Royal Mummies. So let's move up. Start to attack. We hit this retaliation, no problems. If we had gotten cursed there, that would have been a horrible decision, obviously. But so far I'm okay with the way that went. And then it looks like these mutant zombies are going to get to step up into us. That damage kind of feels bad, but again, this is going to be the last time that we get to go without retaliations because of the way that the dispels are working out. That was our last little bit of spell points. Somebody's got to kill the power liches. I think that both of my golems can back off. Are we going to see another blind? We do see another blind. And now you see the problem here. Now you see the problem with 46 mutant zombies. I think that all these creatures are going to be gone, and then we're going to start eating like lightning bolts and stuff. This is not good. Mech says, hi, lost way more troops than even if you surrender. I consider that a win. You can surrender now. I'm that's kind of what I'm playing with. I do want to take out this one Power Lich because he's not gonna do like a fireball on me or something. Like we still have some opportunities to run later. So let me finish this off, but I'm also kind of excited to see what spells he comes up with. I'm kind of excited to see what spells this guy comes up with. I think we're just going to skip here, because we want to stay alive as long as possible. Okay, we killed this guy. Now it's pretty much time to run. What is the cost of surrendering? It's going to be really high because we don't have diplomacy here. Diplomacy was on the other hero. And so the cost to surrender is 5,000 gold again. I'm going to lose the rest of these troops just so I don't have to pay for them. Paying for them is just maybe the worst thing. And I think I'm still gonna have a chance to run away in just a moment anyway. Let's keep alive. Let's keep alive. Damage, damage. Okay, and now it's time to run because we don't want to lose more than 15 Magi. We want to keep this stack because of the basic archery. And so now, even though it's very costly, we do need to trade. Oh, can we make it? Oh boy, can we make it? We absolutely can. We've got 3,000 gold in the bank right now, so we need only like 800 gold more. Just feels bad that we are giving them so much gold over so many different fights. Do not trade the crystal. We don't have a crystal mine. Trade the non-precious resources. I'm so glad you can do this. We just gave them 10,000 gold over 2 fights. However, I take solace in the fact that there is nothing else for them to purchase. Like that's it. They've got nothing else to purchase. So that's pretty good. Okay, we got 4,000 gold here. Got it. We got to pick up Thundax because he's got these troops. And now he doesn't have the spell points. So I think that you send Kalindra. I don't know who's going to be able to rush down Thundax though. That's kind of the question there. He's got plenty of spell points left, so we're gonna have to wait and see how that goes. We're gonna have to wait and see. Spixel says, OMG, Sandro is not cool at all. He needs this money to bribe Crag Hack. Yes, he does. He absolutely needs to bribe Crag Hack. Bribe Crag Hack. Yes, he does. He'll get there. He'll get there eventually. And then we decimate him. Yeah, I think that we'll decimate him on this kind of go back, but I can't send Thundax out there with no spell points. He needs to stay here overnight in the Mage Guild. Like, he simply just must. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the troops onto Kalindra, and I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to send Flint as kind of like the go-between. I guess you can do it. Swap everything over here. Kalindra's still got max spell points. She's got tons of spell damage. We're going to split the mages this time. Yeah, and she's going to rush these guys down. I know that they picked up some skeletons. Oh, I could reach. Yeah, you can reach, but you reach with Thundax, who's got nothing. That's just not going to work for me. So he's got to stay. And then everybody else needs to just go into supportive kind of positions. And this is so weird. This fight feels so weird. I don't think I have much to defend here, but I have to. Myrini just needs to be in full defense, just in case. Just in case we get attacked by Darlena. Interesting. Okay. All right, folks. And I think that that's where we're at with 1,600 gold left. There's not much to do. It's almost a new week. Maybe there'll be more troops coming. I hope. Oh, Sandro stuck around. He's daring me. Oh, he's daring me. It's happening. We're doing this. It's gonna be awesome. To scam Crag Hack? No. That's the right term. To scam him? Yeah, that's the perfect term. That's exactly the way I would say it. Anytime I get scammed, let me see. What's the worst time that Fix Fox has ever been scammed? The worst time I've ever been scammed was probably in Arizona. Yeah, no, okay. The worst time I've ever been scammed, there's 2 stories. I'll tell you the one that's actually the worst. I was at a place that's like a theme park, an amusement park in Utah, and it's called Lagoon. And in the trunk of this guy's car, this guy was selling tacos out of the trunk of his car. Now, I was 18 at the time, or like 17 or 16, like I was young, I was dumb. I thought that health standards and food safety, I didn't think that that was a problem. Like, this guy looks reputable, he's a good looking guy, there's no problems. Like, I'm just gonna buy these tacos out of the back of his truck, back of his trunk of his car. It'll be fine. Dude, it doesn't matter how cheap those tacos were. It was not worth what I had to pay later. There was no trip to the ER. That would have been the absolute worst. But I did not enjoy my day for the rest of that day. How about that? Definitely the worst bout of food poisoning I ever had for like 4 tacos for 10 bucks. Not worth it. Whoever that guy is, I hate your guts and I hope I never see you again. Okay, so Thundax, I really wish I had anybody here, but I don't. This is all going to come down to Kalindra, but if she can finally knock off Sandro and he does not get the resupply, we're going to be in a good spot. So let's make this happen, folks. This is going to be ugly. It's not going to be that ugly. It's going to be way better than that. Okay, I'm expecting to get some blinds. I don't know. I think that the damage from the cold ray, 240 points, it's going to be 12 zombies at a time. I think we just do that. Blast away. Oh, perfect. Single stacks are going to try and kill single stacks here. Can I kill 6 at a time? No, I cannot. Let's kill there. Let's kill here. Yeah, and we got this. Oh, no. I did not calculate that. I did not calculate that. Okay, this is going to be fine. We're okay. It's all good. I just need these halflings to get lucky and kill one full stack of skeletons. No! We don't have any AoE spells. Okay, there's some damage there. The next cold ray will kill the stack of zombies, so you don't actually want to kill them. You want to kill the single stacks of the skeletons. 2 HP there, 4 HP there, so you want to kill here. You want to kill here. You want to take the lightning bolt. This is silly. You've got it. Oh, if this halfling does not do 2 points of damage, I'm going to be so upset. Like, you've got to. Like, you've got to. Please. Please, roll the dice. Roll the dice. Find it in your hearts to just do what I need you to do to win this fight for me, please. I hate... Yeah. The roller coaster of emotion there. Just like, we can do it. Oh, no. Yeah. That was amazing. Oh, my goodness. That was lovely. Blood morale coming in so clutch. I don't think I've ever seen blood morale come in any clutcher than that, because folks, if we don't kill this one skeleton now, then we're not going to be able to get out of this fight. Oh, never mind. We would have. Well, okay, so it wasn't actually required, but in my mind, I had it built up that was absolutely necessary. I'm glad it wasn't necessary. But still, it made for a good moment for me anyway. And so even though that's kind of like what cognitive behavioral therapy is, it's just kind of like lying to yourself so that way you tell your own narrative. The narrative there in my mind was that this was really important. And so even though it didn't turn out to be that important, it still was awesome. And I love it. It cost us 14 of the Magi. That's bad, but that was still about as good as we could have hoped for. And folks, I'm hoping for artifacts, and I'm hoping that we never see Sandro again. Good. Good. That makes it worth it. I mean, there's other artifacts that could be better than this, but this might be the best artifact that would make this whole fight worth it. The endless sack of gold that actually makes this fight worth it. So basically, we paid 10,000 gold to defeat this hero because we had to diplomacy our way away from him twice, right? In 10 days, we've made that back. This is worth it. Sure, why not? Cool. Nice. That's kind of big. Endless pouch of gems, trying to get up to our titans. That's a big deal. I'm thrilled for that. And then the Metal of Courage is good because depending on which hero we have, we want to make sure that we are able to have max morale. We did lose some stuff. The snake ring, maybe we use that, maybe we don't. Maybe we could have gotten rid of that so that way we had a little bit more space. But either way, folks, we're in a good spot. Except Darlene is coming and we need to defend. We need to run away. You run away. I don't know. Maybe we just hire some heroes with this newfound gold to try and have them defend and hope for the best. I think that Airy actually, I think he's got Lightning Bolt, Cold Ray. We're going to end up hiring some heroes here just to help mount a successful defense. But Kalindra, she is spent. We're going to hope that Darlena cannot catch us. She might be able to. One way or the other, though, we just need to survive. Just survive, baby. Just survive. Okay. Steeson says, when I was a kid, me and my neighbor played Horse Game 2 together. Heroes Might and Magic 2. And as we took turns, the spectator got to make sound effects for each creature movement, plus each sound. The steel golem sounded like screeching doors when moved. Loads of fun. Flyers flew to the sound of whistles, and the vamps, oh, of course, they went blah when sucking the life out of something. That is perfect. That's perfect. I love that idea. We should, yeah, I could do a whole meme video on that, where we have just brand new soundboards and we edit it out. That'd be awesome. I love the idea, Steeson. That's super cool. And no, it's a Pixel. Your English is wonderful. Your English is lovely. Your English is so much better than my French is. So I have all respect for you. I appreciate it. And yeah, funny and awesome. Arbiter Dan says, thank you for the gifted sub to Joe Nathan. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then much obliged. Spixo says, lightning smite from the sky on the Taco Bell guy from the Utah Lagoon Park with that giant black spider. Yeah, you know about the giant black spider. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I did get scammed. I got scammed really bad, and that felt really bad. Avatar Hero with attention. Oh, we made it. Yep, absolutely. And then Steeson says, all right, time for my table flip. My Ogre Lords, your 10 Ogre Lords, were nothing against the enemy player who bulldozed me with triple the size of Lords than I had. I'm going to bed now. I have to cry in my pillow watching your game fix. Don't worry, I will win for both of us. Don't you worry, my friend. I got you. And then Zapixo with the ooh and the good morale, the blood morale. Boom, well played. We're thrilled for it, folks. This worked out okay. We deserve a boat trip. I think that we deserve a boat trip. I need to send a hero over there as soon as possible. We're in a good spot. I just need to make sure that if I need to move these troops, like I'm kind of thinking about this. Do I need to move these troops? Because these are the only troops I have right now. Do I need to move these troops from here to like up here? I might. Like I really might. Just in case I do, I'm going to send Flint to here. And then I can potentially hero chain from here to here, here to here, here to here. And then maybe even 18 extra goblins could save the day along with these troops. Well, we're going to have to wait and see. I just hope that Darlene doesn't do anything silly. Okay, thankfully she's going to give us a little bit of a reprieve. She is going to pick up this observation tower. That's really bad. I don't want her to do that. There's no way I can fight her. We just have to hold out for another day. Hold out for another week, please. It's going to be Airy the Warlock. And should I put myself in the position where Kalindra is defending this castle that's most likely to be attacked? I feel like I ought to. Even if it is potentially very dangerous, I still think I ought to. We're going to send everybody over like so. And down. It's going to be Thundax that just makes sure that these artifacts are where they need to be. We're going to take this one away. We're going to take the Ankh away for now. Everything else should stay put. Endless sack of gold. I'm going to put that on one of these heroes way over here, just to make sure there's no problems. Here. And here's going to be where we do this little swap here. Flint can now no longer leave. He needs to be in a safe spot always. And I do want to just kind of offload these artifacts so that if I ever need to switch between Thundax and Kalindra, that we're not going to feel too bad about that. Darlene is kind of in no man's land. We may have to move all these troops from over here back to over here. But either way, we've got the hero chain. We just need to survive for 2 more days. Let's see what she does. Oh, that's not good. Oh, actually, that's great. Oh, no, that's fine. Because that's going to give us all the space we need. Tell you what, though, I don't want this boat to go away, so I don't want to hop into it. If I hop into the boat, then when attacked, it'll get scuttled and it'll sink. I do want to potentially keep this around for the future. So let's just stay alive for now. Let's have Kalindra take a step up. This is what you got to work with, my dear. These are your defenses. Unless I could purchase a cloud castle, which there's no way I can. So if I could, then I'd be fine, but I cannot. And this could be 1 day here, 1 day here, and then on day 7, day 1, I think I'm in a good spot. Let's send what's her name all the way back. Ready to bring troops from here to here. Flint will go essentially from there to there. Thundax will be waiting and ready. Oh, I might have needed those goblins over here actually. We'll come back. I'm a day short. I'm a day early. Oh, sweet, and we stayed alive yet again. Good job, Airy. Way to go. And for that, we're now officially going to just make sure that we end up over here with Kalindra. Good. Very good. Okay, the scenario is going well. Let's see. 1 sec. This new mic is nice because I can just tap it and it'll mute it. And for people who are sick, like myself, I'm not feeling good. That's why I'm here today. It's really nice because then I can mute it and then you don't have to hear me cough and I don't have to be self-conscious about my coughing. So it's a really good system. I really like it. I think the Flint is going to be able to go to right about there. Yeah, let's do it right about here. We'll do this in just one moment. Everybody's where they ought to be. I don't think that there's any purchases to make. Orchards everywhere. Good, good, good. Okay. It is going to be Week of the Condor. Perfect. Steeson says, here's a theory crafting question for you. Which faction, other than Necromancer, would you play with Necro Hero if you had to choose one? Which faction? I think that you would want to do probably... other faction with the Necro Hero. Warlocks seem like a pretty good choice. Yeah, Warlocks actually seem like a pretty good choice. Either Warlocks or Wizards, because then you get the mid-game power of their attack and spell casting hero, and then you also get some other goodies there as well. So that's kind of my initial thought. I don't know how you feel about that. You might feel differently about it, but that's just the very first thing that comes to my mind. We're gonna hire. Let's see. We're gonna leave the steel golems. They're gonna be backup for later. But there's going to be a couple of different choices that you could make there. That's for sure. There's a lot of good heroes out there. I think that with the sorceresses, you got some unique possibilities, because if you can get some additional damage onto your nice ranged creatures, like, you're feeling great. Like, you're feeling really good for your elves and your druids. Yeah, I think all of a sudden you feel much better about your prospects as a Heroes player when you see your range damage doing even better than usual. So that's a possibility that would work well. Would it be better, Steeson, to have like one of the other earlier game factions? Like, say you could get a whole swath of Cyclopes. I mean, would that be more useful for you? I don't know. You'd have to let me know kind of what your thoughts are on that. But I think that there's a lot of leeway as far as what will work best for you. So yeah, I'd be interested to dive into that question a little bit more, because I think that there's a ton of theory crafting you could really do there. But yeah, initially, like with the sorceresses and like the value of the heroes, you're still getting the spell power, but you also get the +1 attack. With the necromancers, I don't know if the skeleton snowball, I mean, that could work very well with the different types of fights that the sorceresses can take in the early game with their range damage. So I don't know. These are just what do you think? What do you think? Where am I on target? Where am I out of bounds? Interested to hear your take on it. Okay, we're gonna send, let's see, it'll be Harry continues to scout for me in the best way possible, staying one step ahead of Darlena. Kalindra is now just behind her. Oh, you mean with the Necro skill and use? Yeah, probably some of the factions that can do really well in the early game would probably be your best bet, I would think, because then you can actually make really good use of it. Maybe. Maybe. It's always been interesting to me that the Warlocks do have the ability to get Necromancy as a secondary skill. Why do we think that is? Like, why did the developers make it so Necromancers and Warlocks are the only two faction heroes that can actually roll that skill? I think that there's really something unique there, because the more I play Heroes of Might and Magic 2, the more I realize that the devs made some really purposeful decisions that people don't give them credit for sometimes. And I think that that's got to be one of them. I don't personally know the exact reason why, but there's got to be a reason. It just makes too much sense. Okay, Ares continuing on his way. Just being an absolute train wreck of a person. That's great. Another day, another bit of scouting done for me. Goodness. And it looks like the road is just about come to an end for my friend here. Yep, it's gonna be Roxana, folks. The enemies do have a pack of bone dragons. We're picking up gems at an increased rate, right, with this endless pouch of gems. So we're getting 2 gems a day. Oh, we're only getting 1 because somebody stole this here in the middle. We're gonna send Kalindra to that immediately. But we need the gems so that we can get up to Titans. Titans, I think, are gonna be really the big thing for me, but they're already up to a pack. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's way more than I want to deal with. And the power of 3 wizard castles is not going to withstand that issue, I don't think. We are going to finally get into the boat, which is lovely. And then we'll have to figure it out from there. Okay, other things. +1 from the gazebo, lovely. Oh, there's free treasure, cool, and gems. That's great. Do we go for 2 cloud castles or 1 upgraded cloud castle? That is the question. Zapixo, how are you not expert? For the Diplo? Now maybe you can Diplo the orcs, maybe? Up here? And maybe over here? It could be. I don't know. I am not expert for, let's see, many of these things. Yeah, the diplomacy is only basic right now. I'm only level 11, so Kalindra does have a little bit of a long way to go. Thundax, once we get those titans, he's going to be unstoppable. But for now, we are going to stick with Kalindra as our main hero, especially because she can be put into danger and then surrender at a nice reduced cost. But once she gets the expert, then its gloves are off. So we're going to wait for that. It's day 3, plenty of time. Ares going to die very quickly. 12. It's 12 bone dragons, folks. We're in big trouble. 12 bone dragons. Avatar Hero says, just saying, kill the vampire lords first. We would have to ask Vammy what Vammy feels like. I feel like Vammy would know what to do against vampires. That just feels... I know that that's maybe like a little too meta, but it seems accurate to me. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, you are looking sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hopefully nobody here is getting sick or ill. Hopefully everybody's feeling fantastic. And please do not catch whatever I have. There's a pack of bone dragons here with Roxana, with the lots of vampire lords. Several vampire lords and a few bone dragons. Folks, our enemies have lots of troops. I think that we need to make a beeline for some additional nice artifacts. There's this +2 from the stealth shield. We need to figure out what's over here. There's lots of things. I don't think that this is going to be particularly useful. Maybe we shoot and try and get this expert wisdom, and we find like a 3rd or 4th level mage guild that the enemies might have. Maybe we need to do that. We got 15 gems. We still got a little bit of a ways to go. Thundax is just hanging on at the moment. Staying put. And where will the enemies go? What will they do? Time will tell. Okay, one more obelisk. There's so many obelisks. Oh, we already got that one. Okay. We're going to clear out in this direction, and maybe Roxana is going to make a direction here. Maybe she's going to try and find us. Any amount of distracting I can do to keep the enemies away from my home castle is going to be thrilling for me, because then I'm going to be able to build up in peace and then overwhelm them. It just feels bad because they've already got the bone dragon, so we know that we're already way far behind. We are way far behind. New day? No, red is kind of pushing. It's tough to say. Tough to say. They may be trying to go just around here. Taking the ballistics on a main type of hero makes a lot of sense right now. We're going to go through these air elementals. Can I not lose anybody? Let's see about it. And then after we do this, and we're going to try and consolidate and figure out where the artifacts ought to go. What is going to be the best decision for us? I don't quite know just yet. Jay Nasty says, you can only get 1 hero for all playthroughs. Are you choosing a 10 attack, 10 defense, 0/0, or a 0 attack, 0 defense, 10 spell power, 10 knowledge? I think you have to go with might. Magic in those levels is going to help a ton early on in every scenario, but I think that later on there's too many situations where you end up with 5 or 6 or 7 titans or other major creatures, and I think that just changes the story just a little bit too much for me. It's the right question, Jay Nasty, because you're saying to yourself, like, okay, like how do I figure out where I ought to go and what I ought to do, and there's so many good choices out there. I can't really advise you because it's always going to depend, of course, but those are my general thoughts. Is, do you want to be better in the early game or do you want to be better in the late game? And I think that I've seen for myself, when I was a kid, I always thought that magic was always the way to go. There are times where might feels a little bit better. We've seen in previous playthroughs where Berserk is going to obliterate an enemy for you, and it's going to change the game. Like magic at its highest levels tends to scale better than might anyway. But then we've also seen, for example, Price of Loyalty scenario 8, where you have swaths of undead and you can't paralyze them, you can't blind them, you can't disable them in any way. You just have to deal with the attack and the hit points and all this stuff. I think that we've also seen some instances where might doesn't overwhelm everything, but it has to be some very particular circumstances. So in general, magic is so good. Oh, it's so good, but eventually you're going to get hit. And when you get hit, you want your troops to stick around. It's such a good question. Oh, it's a good question. A stone statue of a warrior holds a silver shield. As you remove the shield, the statue crumbles into dust. That's going to be +2 defense. That's very nice for us. And I actually see this clover here. I want the clover. We're going to go off-roading a little bit because I want the clover, not to mention these other nice things. Hilltop, I don't think there's any value in getting this. If there was like a level 4 mage guild, though, I'd feel really bad if I walked right by it. So we're going to have to go and find out. Flint, what are you doing? You're a wizard. You're not a sorceress. You don't go sailing in the water. Where are you sailing to? Everything's over here. Are you sailing for the corner? Flint? Flint, are you sailing for the corner? Who told you to do that? Was it Fix Fox? It might have been Fix Fox. Oh, hey, look, I'm kind of rewarded for my troubles. Oh, look, I'm being rewarded for my troubles. There's a buoy. Hey, we have to go to the corner now because I've seen too many situations where nice free stuff is waiting for me. I just can't ignore it. It has to be done. We're not going to send the rocks across the battlefield where they're going to get hit real hard. We're going to let them wait. Let's kill zombies. Stepping up. A couple of halflings go down. No, they don't. Huh, interesting. Kill here. And here. And from here, I think I can just hit Q to end this fight. Yeah, I think I could definitely just hit Q to end this fight with no losses. 1100 experience, it was worth it for that reason. Expert ballistics, we've seen that that's been pretty useful for us. Is that sulfur mine? Sulfur's not too bad. Cloak's not too bad. I just worry that I'm gonna miss out on some other artifacts. Oh, if I'm not careful. Ooh, genie lamp now, that is intriguing. That genie lamp is very intriguing. Huh. Okay, and Steeson says, sorry, I meant with the Necro use. Oh yeah, we mentioned that. Let's see, Avatar Heroes answered Jay Nasty's question, and I invite everybody to answer that question as well. Please do. And they would recommend going attack and defense. Gotcha. H. M. Brock says, don't forget to move the rest of the resource artifacts off the offensive hero. You're totally right. I'm missing, let's see, this one right here and this one. Oh, there was 2. Oh, I missed 2 instances of that. My bad. For some reason, I thought that I was so focused on this sack of gold. What are you doing? Flint, you're not in the right spot. It's very nice that we take inventory every now and again to figure out where things are at. H and Brock, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Folks, we have a decision to make. Look, we can either upgrade to the Cloud Castle now, or we can know that there's so many dragons out there, and we could buy a second Cloud Castle. I don't know which is best. Buying a second Cloud Castle would mean that we were getting, more potential Titans in the future, but it would be an investment for like 2 or 3 more weeks, if not more. I mean, even base level giants are still good though. We're gonna have enough resources to trade for more gems later. Gold is gonna be a problem. This is crazy, folks. All right, I'm gonna read chat because I wanna hear your opinions on this. I know what I'm gonna do. You're not gonna sway me. You're not gonna change my opinion. You're not gonna backseat drive on this one, but I wanna hear your opinion. Do we upgrade the one Cloud Castle now, knowing that there's no giants in there, or do we build another Cloud Castle in one of our other castles? That's the question at hand. What are your thoughts? Roman says, Legacy, Sandro was a warlock hero. To be more serious, no idea. You're totally right. Roman, you're totally right. And here's my Magic 1. Sandro was a warlock hero. I never thought about that bridge. Why are warlocks allowed to get necromancy? Maybe Sandro taught them something before he left. That's so crazy. What a great insight. I love that. Thank you for that. Arbiter Dan says, from a role-playing perspective, Necro and Dungeon are evil factions, and necromancy seems logical in context. Absolutely it does. Like, I asked the question, why? Like, why are you able to do that? And that makes a lot of sense there. Because of the evil and evil, they can learn necromancy. They can lean into that if they need to. They just generally choose not to. And Zapixo says, yeah, that makes sense. Titans or 2 castles with giants? Oh, Pax, that's the same question that I had. Yeah, and so we'll ask about that in a second. I thought about it too, but the upgrade cost is stupid high. Yeah, if we have two if we have 2 cloud castles, you're going to need to get them both up to upgraded cloud castles if you're going to use the Titans. Although I could see a situation where we have like 6 Titans and 6 Giants just from the 2 cloud castles. I could see that in the future. Upgrading, oh geez, upgrading, I mean, 40 gems to upgrade 2 cloud castles into upgraded cloud castles. That's a lot. I don't know if we're going to get to that. We'll see. Season says, I think of playing the Knights with the Necromancer, but just because of early game placement for peasants. It's amazing how a peasant can die and be 4 times as good if converted to a skeleton. That's hilarious. I like that. But playing Knight without leadership, yeah, that's pretty bad. Zepixo says, oh, come on, don't be sorry about that. I said it with a lot of compassion, like the father and doctor that I am. Oh, I didn't know you were a doctor. That's so. What kind of medicine do you practice? Do you mind me asking? Hope you get better. I will get better. I'll work on it. No worries. And then Pac says, does he have time for the Titans, or is he way behind the Bone Dragons? That's the question. I don't know if I'm too far behind or not. Let's see. Second CC is so expensive now. Yeah. CC in general is really tough to come by, and it's tough to mitigate either through a dispel or through a anti-magic. I need an anti-magic. I need a 3rd level mage guild. I don't know how likely that is to get that. We'll see. Another castle for creature growth. Okay. Yep. And you have the marketplace close, so maybe 1 CC. Upgrade the cloud castle and upgrade giants to recruit the Titans and not upgrade the giants. I vote Titans. They're too good. Man, good comments all around. So Avatars, Pixo, Arbiter Dan, and Joe Nathan, all of you are having these varied opinions, and I like them all because, you know, Titans are good. They're so much better. They're twice as good as a giant, if not more. But also, I mean, it depends on how quickly Red is going to come and play with us. I'm thinking that because my main hero is here in their territory, I can probably lead them on a wild goose chase, and then eventually I can diplomacy my way back home. And hopefully by then I'll have just enough that this gambit will pay off. Folks, I'm going to do it. We're going to go for 2 cloud castles as opposed to 1 upgraded cloud castle. It's so expensive. It's too expensive. It's insane. It's insane. But we're going to do this. And I think that I'm going to have to play differently now in order to make this decision pay off. If I don't play correctly, or if I get immediately attacked here, then clearly it was going to be a bad decision. But if I have this hero out here on the adventure map, I think I might be able to swing this. So that's going to be my hope. Oh, you're a general practitioner. Congrats. Oh, that's wonderful. That's fantastic. You have a tremendous bedside manner, Pixo. I hope very, very much that that all the people get to appreciate you and they appreciate your bedside manner. Wonderful. Oh, and Arbiter Dan is a family practitioner too. I don't know if I told you this, folks, but I was going back to school to just go back into like RN and then so just being like a nurse, but then working my way up to like nurse practitioner here in the US anyway. That's, you know, it's. But there was an issue with the schooling. Yeah, there was an issue, and it's tough because my dear sweet mom, she always told me, get your education early, because once the kids start coming, your priorities change, and they really have. And I may make a lot less over the course of my life doing what I'm doing now, but I'm gonna get to spend time with my kids. I'm gonna have a lot of flexibility, pluses and minuses. I hope that it works out for everybody else in the occupations that they have, and that you are all taking the time to do the things that make you happy. I'm happy now. I'm happy now. Yeah, I'm happy now. But still, I hope I eventually get back into the medical field, because my degree is in the medical field. So nice to know I got some doctors and I got some practitioners here. That's fantastic. Happy to hear from you all on that. Wonderful. And then Pac says, I will go for the 2 castles with giants. Okay, that's what we ended up doing. And then in Romania, though, half a world away. It's a good place, though. Yeah, nice to meet the fellow physicians. Okay, and then let's see. All right, I'm just going to let you guys speak to each other in languages that I don't understand, and I'm all for it. What are the chances of meeting here? Hey, Heroes Might and Magic draws a wonderful crowd near and far. Okay, folks. You're good. You're good. You're good. And on we go. Druid growth is up by 5. And so here on day 7, we got 6 giants just sitting here waiting in 2 different castles. I hope for the very best. Ah, drat. We tried. I'm not gonna go in the whirlpool just yet. I need to see where it goes. I do need to see where it goes. Oh, and I feel better about this decision already. 5 wood, maybe a shipwreck survivor. We'll see what's nice there. And we're gonna go with the gold over the experience. We're going to pick up a little bit of experience here and there wherever we can. In the middle of a patch of dead and dry vegetation, to your surprise, you find a healthy green 4-leaf clover. That's going to be +1 luck to our hero here. By the way, was there a mage guild in here? No, there's a whole bunch of nothing. Nothing, I tell you. Because skeletons, they're nothing. Don't even care about them. Oh. Okay, so we can tell that we're getting closer to understanding where this might be. This looks like this might be just general dirt. We might be closer to the artifact than we originally thought, which isn't too bad. I'm not going to pick up this astrolabe. That would be about the worst thing ever. Sulfur mine, the crystal is too far out of the way because we don't have pathfinding, so we're just really, really slow here. I'm going to work my way in this direction. I don't think I'm going to... Unless I lost all these rocks, I don't think it's worth it for me to like dismiss anybody from this army. These stacks are too big to simply just get rid of, just for the purposes of worrying about some genies. It's not the best thing at the time. Priorities, people. Priorities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeez, you're fast. Spooky ogre lords. Okay. I'm glad I cast that cold ray round 1 because these guys are tough. They're scary. I kind of wanted to steel skin the giants there, but I think that the damage is still just a little too good. I'm going to send the giants out to fight here now, though, because I do want to start mixing it up with these enemy troops. I don't want to lose a giant, but I might. Looks like it's going to be okay. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be okay. And then let's just defend these magi for a moment or two. Can I kill 3? I can. That was awesome. That was a big hit for me because then that removes 1 extra retaliation. We're going to do things just sort of like this. Yeah, like here and here. Damage, retaliation, smoked ya, lightning bolted ya, and we're gonna get out of this fight with no losses. Perfect. 2,700 experience. Man, those ogre lords are tough, and I'm happy when they are being tough and big and scary like that. And look, because red's not going in this direction, if red just stole this or they were going in this direction, we would be in trouble. I think that they are actually trying to come deal with Kalindra a little bit. Oh, the pathfinding. We do have pathfinding. Good. 6 gems, lovely, big pickup, and there's gems here. This was the right decision, folks. This was the right decision. I feel much better about this. Shipwreck Survivor. We've pulled the Shipwreck Survivor from certain death in an unforgiving ocean. Grateful he rewards you for your act of kindness by giving you the golden horseshoe of luck. It's going to be plus on the luck. I may want to land. I'm just going to make a beeline for the shore here, because then I can potentially land and Kalindra can flee to safety, maybe pick up this Magellan's Maps. And then if the enemies are like right over here, which it looks like they're coming this direction, I can land over here, do the swap, and then I can even save the artifacts and get rid of the artifacts I don't need. So far things are looking okay. Aha, here they come. Here they come, boys. Stand your ground. Roxana. Roxana is scary, but we'll get through this. 1 step out of the way here, 1 step out of the way here. I gotta get the gems. I don't even necessarily need the cloak, but I gotta get the rest of this. And so Flint is gonna land, and not today, but soon, very soon. And then we're gonna do this big swap. Yeah, and we're gonna make this work in just a moment. But if Roxana continues on this way, we're gonna have to trade for some resources. So for that reason, I'm actually gonna take Thundax. I'm gonna have him purchase, let's see, everybody? Not everybody. Is it time to go into the upgraded Arc Magi? No, you don't want to do that. You want to keep the Magi as basic level, and then you want to make sure that everybody else is upgraded below them, because the Titans are it's too much of a cost at this time to incur. That's really the problem, is just more about the cost more than anything. I'm gonna leave these boars here for now. Freeman's Foundry, and I'm just trying to get these troops away. I hope that this doesn't entice Roxana to come here. I don't think that the enemy actually stepped on the observation tower from before, so we might be in an okay spot. If we upgrade, and when we upgrade our first cloud castle, it's going to be here in Pig's Eye, because it's going to be a little bit further away from Roxana. That's just an obvious choice to me at the moment. We got to see where she goes. Here she comes. I'm scared. I am scared. Okay. And that's the beauty of Heroes 2, as the Pixel says, the gathering of general practitioners. Oh, you general practitioners, you. having so much fun. I'm very glad people have fun. It's one of my favorite things when people spend time with other people playing this game, and it just makes me happy because, yeah, it just makes me happy. I want people to have a good time and enjoy themselves. And therefore I just want you to all enjoy each other's company. Yeah, I could be the belle of the ball, I suppose, and just be the only reason why everybody comes, but my hope is that people make friends with other people, not me necessarily, but other people while they're here. I just think that'd be really, really neat. It's day 4. I think it's wise to just evacuate these troops now. I'm going to purchase the giants. It's going to get me a little bit closer or a little bit further away from these other opportunities, but I want to do it. I want to do this to make sure that we save these troops, because now is not the time for us to fight. The time to fight is going to be very, very soon, but it's not right now. Boars, rocks, fortunately these creatures. Tell you what, I wish I just purchased the upgraded version. Do you want to spend 600 gold extra? No, but I will, because I'm silly like that. Your Honor, in my defense, I am just a silly banana. How many times have you heard me say that? And every single time, it is true. This whole purchase here was just to make sure that if Roxana makes a beeline here, that we can evacuate these troops safely. I hope it works out well. Let's see where she goes. Ah, she goes for the gem mine. Good. That's actually satisfactory for me. That truly is. Okay, first off, let's make sure that Flint steps here. Let's have him get rid of all this. And then this is all going to go to another hero on the mainland in a moment or two. Gold. Artifact. Go pick up the crystal. Cyclopes are guarding this, unfortunately. I don't think we can get the crystal, but remember, we still don't have a crystal mine. I don't think I've even seen a crystal mine here yet. Can we land? If we can land, we ought to. Oh, I really want to get the Magellan's maps. I think it's worth 2,500 gold to me to land here with my primary hero, and then purchase another hero just to make sure that we can make this handoff be nice and smooth. So we'll do it like this. Boop. Send everybody over. These artifacts need to stay for now. Here on the water. It's going to pick up the Magellans, and then we got another person sailing. Flint is left to the wolves. Then we shall soldier on from there, ready to upgrade troops very soon. Okay. Steeson says, like Odysseus, Fixfox went closer and closer to the whirlpool because he wanted to see where it goes. I remember Odysseus tying himself to the mast and having his crew stop their ears with wax. I don't recall a whirlpool in the Odyssey, but I believe you, because I think that you're up to snuff with your Greek mythology, sir. Arbiter Dan says, by the way, big day tomorrow at work, so I'll leave you guys early to enjoy. Have a good night. Arbiter Dan, have such a good night. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure having you. Always. The pleasure's mine. Roxana looks so scary. Pax, you are so right. You are so scary. A pack of the Bone Dragons, lots of the Vampire Lords, lots of the Power Liches. The only solace I take in this is that I'm hoping that she's like a level 2 or like a level 3 hero, because I think that Sandro was a really tough hero. I hope without the attack skill and the defense skill that we can actually overcome this fight. And right now, unless it's big stack of the Titans, I think it's not going to be Thundax as the best hero. Not just yet. Not just yet. Okay, everybody here is just kind of waiting. Myrini, I'm going to have her sit right here. Maybe pull some troops in a moment or two. Let's push everybody over. And try and set up something of a hero chain in just a moment or two. Okay. It's getting spicy here, folks. It's getting real spicy. Oh, and she goes the other direction. I'm okay with that. We ended up giving over like 22 skeletons. Doesn't hurt my feelings too bad. It's day 6. I think we're gonna... I think we're gonna get what we need. I think we're just gonna head up. I think we're gonna have Thundax go over. Just kind of sitting here, ready to go. I think Myrini's gonna drop everybody, minus the halflings. She's gonna take the artifacts, and I'm gonna try and just keep Myrini safe. There's 500 gold a day, 1,000 gold a day, 1 gem per day. Right now I'm only getting 1 gem per day because I lost my gold mine. And Myrini has to stay alive. She's gonna go pick up some halflings. Boop. Yeah, this is an ore mine? Ore mine? Is that it? No, it's not on volcanic terrain. but it shouldn't be hard to find. Once we find one more ore mine, we're gonna know where the ultimate artifact is. I guess because it's not here, it's probably like over here somewhere. We'll have to check that out in a moment. We're just playing this game of waiting. Patience, my friends, patience. Another 39 halflings, 41 halflings. It's day 7, so we're gonna have Kalindra just sit here. It's gonna be upgraded Cloud Castle tomorrow. Ooh, level 3 spells would be really nice too. I think we're gonna have the resources to trade. Actually, I think we will. I think it's time for the boars to be done for the moment. For the moment, anyway. Let's spend here. I've been making great use of the Freeman's Foundry. I don't want to have to worry about those logistics much more if I don't have to. Yep, can't get over here. Flint, you're just gonna have to be sad. Troops. All right. Wait a second. How long has Wilfred been in the water without actually doing anything? A retired captain living on this refurbished fishing platform offers to sell you maps of the sea he made in his younger days for 1,000 gold. Do you want to buy the maps? You better believe I do. What else is out here? I spent 1,000 gold to tell me that there's not much out here. Maybe an enemy hero got into the water already? I never saw them sail too close to me. I guess that this is just one of those maps where there's not much out here, but there's still a tactical opportunity just in case you wanted to take the boat. And then thematically, of course, this is my continent on this side, and this is the enemy's continent on this side. And then they just raised this big landmass in the center. So it makes sense. It makes sense. And let's see. Steeson says, we are here to join forces against you, Fix Fox. When the time comes, the multiplayer server will go live and we will beat you to a pulp. Or is it the other way around? Steeson, I'm sure that I've said to Steeson before that just because I'm good at defeating the enemy does not mean that I'm good at defeating everybody else. So we will have to wait and see, sir. We will have to wait and see. Zapixel says good night, and you got to go too. Zapixel, I will look forward to seeing you whenever you are streaming next live. If ever I get the chance, if you're streaming around the time that I'm ending, I will try my best to make sure that I send all these nice folks in the chat over to you in a raid. So I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. And then we'll watch the VOD later and to see if we made the right choice with these giants. We'll have to wait and see. There's no guarantees just yet. So goodbye, good luck, and have a wonderful night, sir. Appreciate you. Time to upgrade one castle to Titans and trade everything. I do agree. It's going to be Myrini as she walks by here on day 1. That makes that happen. Wilfrey is going to continue on his way here. And Red has just purchased another castle. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Powerless growth +5. There's got to be at least 5 or 6 castles out there, don't you think by now? Like 5 or 6 enemy castles, my word. Not good. I'm going to trade basically as much as I can here. Basically as much as I can here. 36, 35. Let me trade to right about there. Not the crystal, because we don't have a crystal mine. Oh no, I overtraded on the ore. Ouch. And the reason why that's kind of sad is because I was thinking about, well, you need the ore for the Cloud Castle. And you need the ore for the Mage Guild. It's going to be another couple of days before we can actually get the ore back, and I don't want to trade for it. So I just won't. Myrini does have the opportunity to go grab some of these other troops. We're going to bring them to the front. We're not in danger just yet. Clearly that was an error. I'm sad. I'm sad. You're sad. We're sad. We're sad. We get it. Oh. Hey, we're wasting time by sending the enemy into the water. Is that their best hero? That's Roxana. That's actually pretty nifty. I like that. And I don't think that she's going to be able to track me down. She can try, though. Okay. Time to make up for my error here. Again, the whole reason for this not being the worst thing that's ever happened is I can just bring these troops to the front. Not you. You stay. Here and here. Can you still get a gem mine? Yeah, it's right here. I am getting the 1+ gems per day, but I do need to go get that. I want to be very careful about who I send. Tell you what, how about we do this? That's a good idea. Let's do the 1 boar, swap him out, go. And then by the time he arrives, he'll be much faster. I don't want to incur the wrath of some enemies. I don't want them to just rush me in just a moment or two, but I think we'll be okay. All right, we're up to 37 gems. Stuck here, stuck there. Enemy lands. Interesting. I think Thundax can still get away. Oh. Oh, good. Good. They've split their armies. That's perfect. Okay, so the enemy has split their armies, and that's actually perfect for me. I'm going to have to hope that there's no logistics here. That's still a long way to go. But I'm going to have to hope that the enemy just can't reach me there. 6 speed on the power liches. If I lose Thundax, I'm going to be really sad. It's time to go, folks. So let's have Myrini stop in one more time. And I think I'm actually going to trade a little bit of wood for a little bit of ore. Just like that. Upgrade Cloud Castle. Priorities, people. Priorities. It's going to be 5 Titans that we can pick up. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And we ran out of gold before we ran out of anything else. It's wild. That is wild. 2 more to go. Falling asleep now, Steeson says. Bye-bye. Take care, Steeson. Appreciate it. Nothing else here. Nothing else here. We're just going to take a quick jaunt here. It's time to kind of make this trade happen. We're going to send all these forces over. Imagine if we didn't have an extra 1,500 gold per day. We would be just lost. And the enemy, we need, okay, the next thing we need is we need these 2 castles, because then we just need an extra 2,000 gold per day. Truly, we do. All right, let's hope that we don't lose Thundax here. Let's know that we've got some ability to bring more Titans to the front. Titans, yep. It's powerful. Oh, that was close. Run! How many times has that happened? There's been so many times that we've been just very close to absolute and utter destruction, and I don't like it. Please stop. I'm scared. Okay. I think we've got marketplaces everywhere. We do. So I can trade in here. Am I able to trade up to what I need? Just trade down to here and here. Keep the gems. Drop the wood. I need 4 gems left over by the end of all this. Or no, excuse me, it's 2 gems each. I'm just trying to get an extra 9,000 gold. I can't trade the crystal because there's just no crystal mine on the map. I guess I trade here. It feels bad. I don't want to do this because I wanted to leave myself open to the possibility of getting another Mage Guild level. But the 2 Titans right now are just vastly superior, and there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that the Mage Guild is going to be good for me at all. Brindamore is close. This is tough. Okay, so here's what I got. We've got an enemy barbarian with several bone dragons. I don't want these several bone dragons here to meet up with this pack of bone dragons over here, wherever they are. Because if the bone dragons meet up, then we're in a rough spot. This is like too good of a time for me to attack. Like I need to attack here, so that way I can prevent them from joining up. And if Sabu runs in this direction, I might not be able to catch him. So I feel like I need to go. Right? But I don't think I can actually pick up these 2 Titans and go. Like, I think I'm just out of movement points if I do that. 1,200 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I really feel like 2 extra Titans is that big of a deal. I'm going to risk it. If I can't reach, I'm going to just hope I can reach on the next day. Because I think that these troops, 2 extra Titans, I think are just that good. Okay, and I was right. I'm just a little bit short, but I'm still gonna go in this direction because I think it's time to fight. Mex says attack. Yes, you're right. I think so. Tip, try to keep from clumping troops together. Power liches, AoE, absolutely. So for that reason, we're actually gonna split our ranged creatures like this. So Titans at the bottom, Magi at the top, Halflings here. Let's see. And I actually want to do it like this. I want the rocks at the bottom, so that way Giants go first and then rocks go. This matters because if the rocks go first, they might fly into an area where a 4-speed creature can then attack them because they're so close. if they're right here, they go first, and then 4-speed creatures on the other side go. If giants are here, then the giants lose the opportunity maybe to have like bone dragons fly across the map and then engage with them. But even if they do engage with them, then they're maybe in the wrong spot. So I'm going to flex in this way where the rocks go, because 4-speed. I'm just trying to prep and make sure that this fight looks the most correct. Titans can't be blinded. Correct. True. They can't be paralyzed, blinded. They can't really be disabled other than like a curse. So they are the troop. As good as the Magi were or have been, this is the better choice. Let's see where this guy runs to. Where do you run to? You just run south? I think he's too fast for me. Yeah, just barely. He's too fast for me. Well, we could either go to here. We've kept the gem mine, so either we go to here or there. We'll just continue to chase. We're safe. Let's get... We're going to land. Look, pack and several. Jeez. See, we're trying to keep these bone dragons all from showing up together. This is going to be the flight of Wilfrey. Wilfrey is going to run. We are going to sing his praises forever because he's just going to be that fast. That neat. We'll catch up to Sabu in just a second. Let's make sure that the hero chain is where it needs to be, and that includes putting slow creatures here, giants there. We're still getting, by the way, about 5,000 gold a day, so it's one Titan a day, but there's still another cloud castle to upgrade potentially. Heroes land. Through the... Okay, I can't catch him through the swamp, that's for sure. I think I'm just gonna go out of my way and take Hilltop. It's 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold can't be too bad. And then I actually free up Flint. Flint can then show up and maybe he can take the genie lamp. Thundax is waiting, and here he goes. He's like the little rabbit. I've never been to a dog race where the little white rabbit goes and it helps let the other animals chase it. But I imagine that that's what Wilfrey is. He's just the white rabbit that all the other dogs are trying to follow. And he's doing a bang-up job. I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Can Flint summon a boat? I think he can. Right now he's doing a good job just... Oh, can he? Yeah, he could summon a boat. We're right here though. He's gonna take off now because Kalindra's gonna end the threat over here. We don't want to lose 4 Magi if we can help it, but then we've kind of secured this area and that'll feel pretty okay. Let's start using some spells. 240 spell points at a time. That kills 9 of the liches. Jeez. Let's kill all of the vampires. Is it gonna be spells that do damage to us? No, it was all gonna be ranged damage. Crazy. Unexpected. Where were the turrets hitting? Turrets were hitting... They were hitting for like no damage. I didn't even see where they were hitting on. Halflings? Giants? I missed that. And it's not telling me, unfortunately. I'm hoping that the troops are going to be able to deal with these other creatures, the mutant zombies and such. Since these guys are shielded, might as well use the rocks. I'll lose a rock or two. That's okay. Good morale. It's nice. Enemy runs for 1 and 1. That's great. It's fine. And then it doesn't really matter that they've upgraded this or not. It's all about making sure that we have the 1,000 gold per day. 1,000 gold per day is 1/5 of a Titan per day. Turrets aimed at the mages. Oh, so I did lose a mage. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. I appreciate you helping me out with that. Because obviously I missed that, so thank you. It's not uncommon for FixFox to say, wait a second, what the heck just happened? And this is one of those times where if the battle log doesn't tell me what happened, then I really appreciate when people help me out there, so thank you very much. Okay, oh, we found some nice things. So number 1, we found Forder Oaks, that's good. And we are running up in this area. 6,000 gold from Fling, yeah. That was really nice. I didn't even realize how much gold that they just handed over. That makes up for that one time that we handed over 5,000 gold to them. It's great. Forder Oaks though, so multiple necromancy castles. Oh, we are gonna have to make darn sure. This castle, these troops are not that useful. I need to adjust my hero. It's day 7. Let's adjust. So that way we have our hero chain just a little bit better, because that's just incorrect. We want to bring these Titans up. Sit here, sit there. Let's have one more hero. It's gonna be Dawn, level 2. I think she's even got the estates, which is not too bad. And she's going to sit right about there is where Dawn's gonna sit. And then she's going to swing through, grab these troops, send them to Thundax. Thundax is going to come up, and he's going to try and deal with Lancashire. We're going to try and make sure that our heroes meet up. I just need to make sure I have maximum effort here. Okay. And he runs away again, and he survives again. Way to go, dude. Okay. Priorities. And, oh wait, we don't want the Archmages, right? We just want the regular ones? The Halflings are just really good. Rocks are good. We're probably going to end up trading for the troops in this other castle over here in just a moment. Because I think that we've established that giants are still useful. And I think that I've just determined that we're probably not going to get this other cloud castle up to the Titans, which actually makes my decision that I made earlier like pretty bad. It worked out okay. It worked, just not the best. But yeah, I'd love to get any amount of these giants here. I just don't have the resources to trade, so I'm just not even going to try. So we're going to leave the rest of these troops. We might do another hero chain out to follow Thundax in just a moment or two. Swap. Gazebo. Logistics. Carrying on. Good, good. And the scouting is just so good. The scouting has been wonderfully useful. Huh. I am going to have Kalindra pick up the luck there. That could be really nice. These heroes, I don't want to tangle with them just yet. We want to meet here at Sabu. Yeah, we just want to meet up here in just one moment. Because I'm not sure exactly how far Thundax can get. Oh, there's a long way. I'm going to try and send Wilfrey this way to see if this here makes more sense. That probably will in just a second or two. Silvermine. Navigation, because sure, why not? Hey, we can even summon a boat. Yeah, we've explored an awful lot here, folks. We are on a collision course. This is gonna be nutty. Go right with Thundax? I don't know, because if I can let me just send Wilfrey here. That's gonna help me understand what the best thing is, because if I'm trying to get Thundax to here, yeah, if he goes over here, it's gonna be like multiple days because he's gotta go like all the way around. If I go this way, I can actually get my resupply with Kalindra. I think Kalindra can hit here today. She can, and so we just need Wilfrey to take a step up. Thundax is gonna go as far as he can. Oh, we're gonna step in the Oracle because of course we are, and then we're gonna do the hero swap. We're gonna take this castle and we're gonna go from there. So it'll work out. Nestled among the trees sits a blind seer. After you explain the intent of your journey, the seer activates his crystal ball, allowing you to see the strengths and weaknesses of your opponents. Okay, total army strength, it's still red. That's not a surprise. There's no other indications here that are that useful. Red does have more income. That's because they just have more castles. Artifacts, though, obelisks, okay. They're doing better on precious resources. But here's the thing that's really important here, folks. Roxana, their strongest hero, was 3, 2, 5, and 7. So defeating Sandro earlier actually was worth it. Like, I know that it cost us a lot, but by defeating Sandro early, we now have the vastly superior fighting force, and we're in just such a much better spot because of it. Like, we're just so much better. And it's a game about heroes of might and magic. This is where the heroes determine who wins. It's not everybody else that determines who wins. Right now, it's the heroes who can make sure that things work out so very well. In this case, send everybody over. Guess we're keeping the boars. Okay, sure, why not? And then Kalindra should take our second castle from us, and then maybe our income will change, actually. It just might. A glorious victory. 6 of the Bone Dragons goes down. This is 6 Bone Dragons. We don't have to fight on their best hero later. Although, due to the attack and the defense of this hero Sabu, this might be one of the best places for their Bone Dragons to go. Yeah, 5 attack, 1 defense. Let's try and take these guys out as best as we can. Let's do the Cold Ray here. No, let's see. 13 defense, 10 defense. Use the spell power to bypass the defenses of the Liches. And then we don't actually get to do full damage there. That's a little bit unfortunate, actually. I wish I'd done that differently just because of the way that the full damage would have worked out or not. We can kill 5 to 7 of the Vampire Lords, or we can kill 1 Bone Dragon. I'm going to opt to kill 5 to 7 of the Vampire Lords. We kill 5. We take a blind on the Mages. Giants are in a weird position. Good. That's fine. Finish off the Vampire Lords. And I'm so very glad that the halflings didn't just take so much damage. Like, I thought that the bone dragons were going to just eat a whole group of them. I'm so glad that they didn't. We're going to take one step backing off. There's no sense in losing halflings on this retaliation. And then Cold Ray, obviously here. Do we kill 3 to 4? We barely kill 4. That's good. We should get all this damage off. Oh no. Oh, never mind. I thought they were again going to go for the halflings. You can tell how much I'm trying to protect my halfling stack. They can do a bunch of damage if you will let them. And so I just hope that they will. I hope that they'll be allowed to do the damage. I'm going to come on back here. I don't worry about these troops too much. Take this first shot at them. They're gone. They're dead. That feels pretty nice. And then because the mummies were 6 speed or 7 speed, they got to go first. 1, 13, and 7. I think that even with spells, I fought that fight worse. Pathfinding is actually a nice pickup. We are 1 day away from walking into Lancashire, but there is a magic well not too far away to replenish those remaining spell points. Cool. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Boom, baby. And now we're slowly working our way up. Slowly working our way up. Remember though, we do have some forces we want to try and bring up. 7,000 gold, that's 3 giants. Do we want to do that? I think we do. We do it like this. Here, and we're gonna see how far we can go on the next turn. I'm gonna put Dawn, let's see. I'm gonna have Dawn be just right about here. Because I do believe that Myrini with her boar should be able to reach there next turn. Then we go from here to here, Thundax through the swamp. Wilfrey helps out, and then we add 6 giants first thing tomorrow. Everybody's doing what they need to be doing. Genies. I don't know. How many genies is it? 2? I'll take the 2 genies. If for no other reason, then it's just going to make sure that the enemies don't get to have them. And do I have a haste? Do not have a haste, but I have a slow. I might be able to work on a big stack, like a pack of dragons somewhere. We'll see if that works. Excellent. Once Sandro is out of the equation, all is good. I think so. And that was really a struggle. That was a huge struggle to kind of get to that point. But I think we're in a better spot now in so many ways. 6 giants. Anybody else to purchase? Might as well bring. I kind of like the rock stack. Halflings are so cost effective though. We're gonna do this. Send him over. Boop. She's gonna go as far as she can. And Thundax with his big barbarian pathfinding skills is gonna do the swap here to here. Boop. And up. And now let's just check. Income and army strength is still the same. I wasn't sure if there'd be a change there or not, but I was wondering. Titans are so good. Insane Avatar says. I completely agree. They are absolutely worth every penny. Hail on the Wizard. I don't think we really want this guy. Yeah, no spells. Somebody surrendered, and it didn't work out too well for him. That's kind of odd to see. Huh. Kind of odd. But Kalindra is going to pick up giants from Wilfrey. Send everybody over. These 54 boars, I need to remember to stop spending my money on boars. It's just not that good at this point. And with 10 titans and 12 giants, I think that we need to just fight. We know we're strong. We know we're tough. I think that we go in and we start to exert our will upon these enemies. I think that we do. I think that we do. Is there a haste in here? No. And the whole reason I'm thinking about that is because power liches are 6 speed, and so I just don't want to lose the genies for nothing. Maybe I'll go to here and maybe I'll get the chance to use them against this pack of bone dragons and make my life even easier. It's possible anyway. And then Wilfrey, I don't know. Maybe he just continues to scout. I officially feel like I've got enough heroes. Don't need any more. Let's see where this takes us. Okay, so they take the castle for free. Let's see if we can mix this up. Let's see if we can figure out, first of all, what does the enemy have, and then what do we need to do to defeat them? Okay, so folks, we are going to get a shot off with the genies. I think that the genies probably wanted to attack power liches. I'm instead going to send them for these bone dragons. So here's our enemy, Roxana. 3 attack, 2 defense, 5 spell power, 7 knowledge. Good luck. That's kind of interesting. And it's going to be 42 of the vampire lords, 18 of the bone dragons, 32 of the power liches, 35 of the royal mummies, and 239 of the skeletons. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're going to kill 60 hit points worth of power lich. That's only 1. We're gonna kill 15 skeletons. And we're actually gonna save the gargoyles. We're just gonna skip because there's no reason to lose them for free. And let's hope we get lucky. Let's hope we get lucky. It's like a 10% chance. 10% never looks so good, baby. Ah, rats. That would have been nifty. I'm sad it didn't happen, but we tried our best. That is nice. Okay, so I was thinking about this the other day. Okay. Bear with me. I'm gonna play while I talk. But there was a conversation recently about whether or not they should include health bars in the upcoming Olden Era game. And I shared my thoughts and my opinions, and here was my general thoughts. Health bars are very useful in some games. It's useful in games like StarCraft, it's useful in games like League of Legends, games where you have to make a snap decision to decide whether or not I go in and I attack or whether I stay back and try and defend. Like in games where you have to make snap decisions, you absolutely, truly do want to have health bars. But Olden Era currently has health bars, and I just don't know if they're that useful. And more than just useful or not, I just want to make sure that, like, if they're in there, that's great, that's fine, that's fantastic. But I also wanted to make sure that, you know, maybe I could turn them off if I didn't want them. Because if it's a unit that's less than 35 hit points, why do I care if it's like, oh, I'm eyeballing it, it's like 25% of the total stack, right? Oh, this unit has 25% of its health bar available, and it's got 35 hit points. How much is this? You know, like, it's more frustrating than anything in some instances, I feel, to try and figure out what in the heck is going on. Okay. Ultimately, my thought process was this. Heroes of Might and Magic is an information game, and while the health bars try and give you more of that information, if you are just looking at a glance, sure, that gives you something, but how many times do you see me right-clicking to see exactly how many hit points are left? How many times have I been able to save a Titan with 1 to 5 HP left just because I did the calculations and I was very precise in trying to make sure that the cure damage was able to heal enough? How often have we seen ourselves be like very precise in the damage? Like, it happens an awful lot. And so my point was like, well, if we only have the health bars and we can't right-click to see how many hit points are left, that's just gonna be frustrating more so than anything. Our peasants need a health bar, Roman says. I love that. I love that. And so, as Avatar Hero says, with no Animate dead, that's bad. The enemy just cost themselves some information. The enemy just gave me some information in advance that they didn't have to. I could see when you're playing player against player, saving certain spells, like, oh, I have a Chain Lightning, but I'm not going to use it until the final fight because I don't want you to know that I have Chain Lightning. I might have Dimension Door, and I might not Dimension Door until you're way too far away from your castle, and then I use the Dimension Door. This person, they might have waited to use the Animate Dead, so that way they only used it when it was beneficial to them. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make here. Maybe I'm making the point, maybe I'm just, you know, really just kind of hammering that into the ground. I don't know, you tell me. But in general, these are the things I think about. There's a blind there. I think from here on out, I'm not going to do any more damaging spells. The damage from those Magi are too good. We just lost half of our Halflings. Ugh. 14 Vampire Lords. They don't recoup anybody because, of course, they don't. We're going to send the rocks over here. I just want to deal with the Power Liches from here on out. And from here on out, it's going to be the Magi doing full damage there. That's going to be the most important thing. Bone Dragons, let's see. Vampire Lords have already eaten their retaliations. We're going to stab there. Blind, perfect, good, good, good. We're going to dispel magic, but only when I know that they're going to get their turn. 5 speed, 5 speed. So I'm going to attack here. Actually, I think I want to attack the Vampire Lords. 10 to 15. I'm going to kill the Vampire Lords. I just don't want that stack to be too big for me. Royal Mummies are going to get into the fight. They're going to work on these Giants. And now I'm going to dispel magic here. I'm going to try and kill Bone Dragons. I'm going to kill 2. Good morale. It's wonderful. Another 2, and then we're going to kill 2 to 3 here with these Magi. I'm expecting that the Bone Dragons are going to fly up and try and deal with the rest of these Bone... No, they don't. Nice. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And then the Halflings. I think the Halflings actually just want to take a step back. Nah. Vampire Lords have already taken their turn, and they've already lost, so might as well. Okay, and we got 9 Titans left. Folks, we just took the best shot that they had, and they've only killed 1 Titan. They've killed 3 Giants, but they've only killed 1 Titan so far. We're in a good spot. Going both Giants and Titans with the right choice. It turns out that they're a good troop. It's just they're a good troop. It's just it's tough. There's times where it doesn't feel like the right decision. How could it? But I think I'm satisfied with this choice. I think I'm satisfied. Dispel magic. Kill many vampires. I want to get so many of these skeletons off the board. We get 129 skeletons off of the board. That is worth my time. I'm anticipating another blind here. No, it's going to happen in just a second anyway. And do we kill all 4 of these vampire lords? Close. Very close. Oh, that was actually misplaced, I believe, on the dispel. Are you out of spell points? No, they're just going to let me do that. Okay. And then from here on out, let's kill 1 full stack of skeletons. I think that the AI is going to get the chance to run, and I think that they're going to take it. 6 speed, unless I can kill all these power liches right now. Maybe we can do it. Maybe this makes up for my misunderstanding of the way that morale worked earlier. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Hey, bada bang, bada boom. That was a big fight. That was Roxana. That was Necromancer Red Hero's best chance at beating me, and it cost us 3 giants. It cost us 1 titan. It cost us 90 halflings, sadly, and 9 of the rocks. But we killed 18 bone dragons, 42 vampire lords, 32 of the power liches, 225 of the skeletons. We made that happen. 8,000 experience. We're going to take the Defender's Helm. Golden Bow is actually nice for the upcoming castle fights we're going to have to deal with. We do want to get some of these artifacts off of us, but folks, I think that we have just cracked this nut. This was a tough nut to crack, as it were, but I think we've done it. I had to continue that phrase just in case you hadn't ever heard what that phrase was. You're like, what's he talking about? Something about what? Huh? Anyway. Yeah, and look, oh, we do full damage over the wall, recall. Yeah, we're in a good spot. I should have cold raid over here. My bad. No blind, just a magic arrow. Lost 2 of those creatures. We're going to deal with the vampires. Reach out, and I think that we're going to see, I think that I'm officially breathing easy. I think that this scenario is over. It's just going to be playing mop up from here. Their troop losses in gold was immense. Yours not so big. I totally agree, Avatar Hero, so very much. And Pax Universalis, justice for the halflings. There must be justice for these halflings. They worked so hard. They've been so in it this entire time. It's just a shame that they are struggling. Imagine getting hit by a lucky shot from Titans. Wouldn't that just be the worst thing to ever happen? Ugh. Just obliterated. Goodness gracious. Great luck. Big smiles all around. We're feeling good, folks. We're feeling A-okay. All of our heroes have moved. We're going to want to defeat Hilltop at some point. I almost wonder if I should split forces. Probably not. Probably not. Don't get cocky. There's still a lot of game left to be played here, I think. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of game left to be played. Let's set up our hero chain. Let's have Dawn be ready to go right about there. We're probably going to hire another hero from Brendamore to bring other troops, but it's going to be right about to there and then through for the upcoming resupply. Maybe it's actually going to be Thundax that deals with Darlena. I think he probably can. It's day 5. We got to wait a couple of days anyway. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to head over. We're going to defeat Rialdo. Enemy has fled. He put up a really good fight. Did you see this? Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, and so once again, if Rialdo and Roxana had combined their forces, we would have been in a really bad spot. This feels really nice to me. I'm okay with this. I can accept this sort of a deal. Rialdo has 2 attack, 1 defense, 3 spell power, 4 knowledge. Still not going to be a lot, but imagine if we had to defeat this many more troops in the previous playthrough. Let's work on these bone dragons. We killed 2. There goes the blind. We're going to fight the fight the exact same way we did the previous time. Rocks to the top, these creatures here. This is just going to be the way it goes. Giants, are they going to get good morale again? No, they do not. Ooh, and the halflings just, RIP to the halflings. They did really good for us. Even if all they did was take some serious attention, they did just fine for us. Did we not? We didn't dispel our halflings, or our magi. I'm embarrassed. That was kind of gross. Let's not do that again. Oh boy, let's not do that again. Let's consider, we can kill most of these vampire lords. Let's half the stack. There's a blind there. And next chance we get, we have to remember to dispel on the 33 magi, because it's still a really nice stack. That's a bunch of damage. And it's damage against like a pretty high quality creature. We got to attack the bone dragons because I don't want them to go up and hurt the magi in just a second. Oh, with the good luck, how many do we kill? 10 bone dragons down to 6. We killed 4 there. There's another 3 off the titans. Nice, nice. And then I'm going to save the spell for now. 121 HP here. Skeletons are nobodies. Let's kill the vampire lords. They're dead. They're gone. There's a blind. And we're about to start devoting our resources over to the liches over here. 2 bone dragons goes down to 17 of the power liches. And I don't know, maybe the skeletons. Nah, we're gonna stay here because the skeletons are gonna still be in the way. I couldn't really kill them all the way if I wanted to. Here. And the enemy flees. 2 giants, 153 of the halflings, 7 of the rocks, another 5,000 experience. That's great. Logistics is up, folks. You can take a lot of my other troops, but so long as I am able to keep my Titan stack healthy, I am fine. These heroes are all about where they need to be. Let's have Wilfrey. Maybe he's gonna do some scouting over here. I don't really know what's over there yet. Remember, Darlene is here, but that's gonna be Thundax's job on day 1. Oh. Are you trying to tell me that you're trying to defend Castor? 1 magi at this point. I'm just going to accept that. Expert logistics. We are fast, boy. We are super fast. Oh, hey, you're back. Flint the Wizard's back. I'm going to cast them. I'm going to pull up the Mage Guild here. I know that I've got giants to purchase at home. I just wanted to see if I could get a really nice like anti-magic or something here. It's day 6. We still got a little bit of time. If I stay put, I'll have full spell points in a moment. Would like to pick up the Xanadu. But folks, the wheels have come off for our enemies. They are not having a real good time. Blenzior2317. Hello, FixFox. Kind of late to the party, but just came back home from work. Welcome. We are, you know, I think I'm actually gonna start another game right after this. So feel free to stick around for that. I don't want to encroach on your time, especially when you get off from work. I know that maybe the last thing you want to do is do anything but eat food and be okay. Sometimes after work, that's my #1 priority. If that's yours, it's never going to hurt my feelings. But all the same, welcome. Happy to have you here. And if you'd like, you can stick around for another one shortly after this. Folks, we're going to pick up Basenjay first thing in the morning. Wilfrey is picking up this alchemical lab where the alchemical dust may appear. Sorry, that's referencing olden era. Apparently they've gotten rid of sulfur and they just have a new resource called alchemical dust. But it can do nifty things. For example, this alchemical dust, as they call it, it will give you some amount of ability to upgrade your spells and your artifacts, which is nifty. I've never really heard of that before. It's an interesting concept, but I don't know if it ever did maybe appear in maybe another iteration of Heroes of Might and Magic. Sometimes people say, oh, well, that's just like in Heroes 5, and I'm not familiar enough with Heroes 5 to know if there's something new there. Uh-oh. Fix wife? Yeah, I will absolutely call you, sweetie. Is everything okay? Okay. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break between game and game, but we're gonna stick around for just a little bit longer. Okay, these forces look fine. Whoa. Dawn is on her way to here. Send them over. Oh no, because of the giants, we might be in a little bit of a weird spot. Maybe the giants are gonna have to wait. Pop Nemo. Does that mean nope? Nope. Fixed wife says, nothing's okay. Everything's on fire. And if everything's on fire, that's bad. The important thing is this, Fixed Fox wife, is everybody safe? Like, you can tell me that. Is everybody safe? Because if people aren't safe, then I quit right now, and that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Is everybody okay? I wait with bated breath. Okay, it looks like we're gonna take Basenjay. It's gonna be 3 of these vampire bone dragons, excuse me. I said vampire lords, that's not correct. Finally, we've got the lightning bolt. We're gonna do even more damage than before. I'm gonna kill all of the vampire lords. Gonna do full damage to these bone dragons over the wall. Oof. And then everything's fine. Fix Fox Kid got in a bit of trouble. What kind of trouble could he get into? Let's see, he just got kinetic sand. I won't theorize. Okay, everyone's safe. All right, that's priority number one. So if he wasn't safe, I would worry. But if he's safe, okay, great. But yeah, as soon as somebody tells you like, okay, something happened, then immediately everybody starts to do that thing where we're like theorizing, like worst case scenario, what's going on here. But again, assuming everything's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna buy the one bone dragon. That's all I can buy at the moment. And we'll do this for now. Everybody is set. I think that there was one hero. Yeah, I forgot about that. I knew that there was one red hero that was kind of encroaching into my territory in a way I didn't like, but I wasn't sure where they were from. I forgot kind of a little bit about that, so a little bit sad. Glorious victory here. And then where did you land? Carlon is a nobody. Let's go to Lancashire. We're going to get to there in just a moment. Somebody else can beat Carlon for me. I guess Rathmont's right there. And now let's head on in. You're a nobody. You're a nobody. 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 Okay. And Thundax. Darlena. Wilfrey is going to sit here. I'm going to purchase out this town. As much as I can anyway. While Kalindra goes and snipes out their final two castles. Because folks, I think we can all tell that we are just about to the end of this scenario. And it's not that the intrigue is any less. It's just that it's nice to finally, after all the struggle, see the victory on the horizon. Because sometimes the struggle is absolutely what makes the game work. But one way or the other, regardless of the struggle, it's a pleasure to play this game. Folks, I forgot something. There's two win conditions in this scenario. You could either capture the castle of Black Fang, or you could defeat all of your enemies. I guess you can only defeat all your enemies if you defeat Black Fang at the very end, but one way or the other, folks, we have done it. We have met our goal, and we have stopped our foes from causing us any amount of grief. We are victorious. I don't believe this is going to make it to my high scores, but I'm thrilled for everything that just happened. That was a whole bunch of fun. We are here. We are here. And we're having a real nice time. Okay, congratulations. That was 67 days. Base score of the 137, 220 on the difficulty. Rating of a black dragon, I think that it takes 343 to get into my final. What? Wait, hold on. Wait, a score of 300? Wait, that's awesome, actually. Hold on. Where does this land? That's number 7. Terra Firma is now my 7th spot. That kicked Surf and Turf off at the very bottom. Nice. I forgot it was 244. It was not 344. It was 244 was my lowest score. And now if we're gonna ever get on my high scores list again, we have to beat 266. Huh, 266 is the new number that we have to go for. I gotta tell you, I kind of hope, I'm really partial to this playthrough of Thunk. I really enjoyed this Thunk playthrough, and I kind of hope that it stays there. I hope that I struggle to kick that off of my top scores, because it's really just that good. I really enjoyed that map an awful lot, but I also enjoyed all these maps. The Who Am I in 34 days, I'm pretty proud of that. Pyramid in 22, that's excellent. Wizard's Land 2 and 3, those are good scores, but putting them on possible difficulty is not quite the deal, because you start off with more troops, and so it's not that difficult to kind of get through the scenario in a quick amount of time. Take a screen pic of it. Okay, you got it. You got it. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out how to do some stuff through Twitch. I'm just going to see if I can take like a 2-minute ad break, so that way I can, I don't know, so that way I can go call my wife real quick. So if you'd like to stick around, please stick around. If you'd like to go, it's been a pleasure. It was a fun map, and I'm happy for it. Let me just see how I can do this. I'm just going to hit run ad, and I'm going to hope that that does something. Otherwise, you're going to be staring at a black screen. I will be back very, very shortly. Don't take a dump on your screen. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. All right. We'll see everybody in just a moment, I hope.